Hello and welcome to This Show is a Mimic. Once upon a table. I am Burrty the Bard, your Dungeon Master, and with me as always is... oh crap, we'll do Discord order.
We didn't pick an order!
I'm so used to the sword in order. Kenna's normally first. Aaron, go first.
Oh, it's me first! Hi, I'm
Discord
a little
order.
bundle of chaos. I'm a little dude, a little guy known as Aaron, also known as at the Obsidian Olive. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm very caught off guard from having to go first. I'm going to be playing a new character today that we're not going to be talking about what any of our characters are before we get into it, and I just saved myself from spoiling all of that.
Not under your name right now.
Definitely also not going to have a rotating screen of those throughout the show
Oh,
at any
I
point in time.
haven't got that yet. That's going to come up
Oh,
later.
thank God.
Oh my God,
Okay, cool. That's a later episode. Anyway, yeah, I'm Obsidian Olive. I'm a person. I play the games. Sometimes I Dungeon Master here, but most of the time I get to play under the wonderful Burrty the Bard. And next person up is going to be Hex.
Hi, I'm Hex. I'm also playing a character that we're not talking about yet. Yeah, I don't know what to say. This is my name. This is my face. I'm happy to be here. I hope you enjoy.
Hi, I'm Immy. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm playing a character we're apparently not naming, even though they're all under there, and I've been tweeting about them for the past week. So
They're on the overlay.
Kenna.
What is up, everybody? It is Kenna. It is Miss Sirsha on all social medias. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm just here vibing in my own chilly little world over here right now. So, on to...
Up. So, hi. I'm Val. Good to see you. Good to talk. I use they, them pronouns. Today I'm playing Burrty the Bard. I'm the DM now. I've taken control of Shazam.
You can't do it to me today.
Oh my god. It's getting serious.
Any other day.
in here.
I'm playing an unnamed character. You'll never know who they are or what they're called. Anyway, that's my time. I'm out.
Terrific. And I am Burrty the Bard, your Dungeon Master. Oh, it's so good to say after so long. Oh my god.
13 weeks, boy.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, we finished our Curse of Strahd last week, and we're back for a new campaign called Once Upon a Table. And,
What?
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 Is that gonna be our new? Is that gonna be the thing every time I say Once Upon a Table? Before we get started, we've got a few things we'd like to shout out. Immy, you want to go first?
Sure. So we have lots of social media for This Show is a Mimic. We have our Twitter and TikTok. You can follow our Twitter at @ShowMimic, where we tweet about things to do with the show. It's where we post a lot of character art, and we've got some really fun character art coming, especially for this campaign. You get sneak peeks at all of those. We also have merch that you can buy from our Redbubble, which is linked down below. You can get things like notebooks, stickers, mugs, things, and more.
T-shirts,
we have a running promise. I'm getting onto it. let me speak. We have a running promise here at This Show is a Mimic that if you buy the shower curtain from our Redbubble and send us proof of purchase, and by that we mean actually install it in your shower, you can guest star on This Show is a Mimic, whether that be as a... You can guest star. We'll work out the details when it comes to it.
One of the shows. We have two. One of them is not currently running.
We would love
It'll
to
be back
host
in
such
like
a
2
dedicated
months. It's
individual.
fine. It'll be back.
Anyway, Aaron.
Oh, hey, then there's also me. So I am doing what Burrty used to do. It's weird, we've swapped positions now. But we, here at This Show's Mimic, use 2 different major artists for all of our music here at This Show's Mimic. We have our longtime friend and supporter, Arcane Anthems, also known as Wes, on all his social medias. He is Arcane Anthems. And he has a Patreon that allows you to use any of his TTRPG music that he makes for free. For free, I hear you ask. Yes, for
that
free.
Means free.
For free. For $0. But then we also use Will Savino, who, if you donate to his Patreon and give him a contact about it, he will also absolutely let you use his stuff. Currently, the track that we've got going on right now is In the Warmth of the Fire by Will Savino, also known as Music D20, pretty much everywhere. And that is the music.
Beautiful. And before we get started on that, thank you, the Cloudy Kate, Thanks, Kate, for giving us a sub. Thank you.
Also,
so much.
we saw that sub coffee kisses. I'm watching you.
Yeah, and you, Kate. Oh god, I almost don't want to get started. It's so nerve-wracking. Okay, so
It's a move.
now let's get into.
It's fine. I'll just drink my M&Ms.
Let's get into the Once Upon a Table.
What?
What? Val, you're muted.
I know.
Once upon a time, in a land of myths, legends, and most importantly, fairy tales, there was a happy kingdom ruled by a fair-minded king, the kingdom of Tale. But that happy kingdom lived in the shadow of an evil queen who dwelled within the mountains. Avarice lived in her heart, and she plunged the kingdom into a terrible war that lasted 5 long years until, in a final bloody battle, the legendary Prince Charming led the charge against the evil queen's great red dragon, slaying the beast and driving the evil queen back into the mountains that lie beyond the dark woods. Now, on the anniversary of that great battle, the king has announced a royal ball to be held in honor of Prince Charming's victory, and invited all the people of the kingdom so that each might make a request of him. It was on that day that the stories of 5 extraordinary people began. 5 people who would determine the fate of all who live in this world, to make safe their happily ever afters, or condemn them to the endless hunger of the big bad wolf. Welcome to Once Upon a Table.
What?
What?
I want to cheer. That was.
Golf claps. Golf claps. Motherfuck! Thank you for the 5 subs, cover kisses.
Holy shit.
Away from the kingdom, across the Scriptum Sea, lies a small island, and on that island stands the magic portal that leads to Fairyland. But Fairyland is not where this story takes us. Further north, there stands the sparkling spires of a legendary school, the glittering academy of fairy godmothering and magical mentorship. It is here that all peoples, fairy and human alike, who are of magical talent come to be trained as fairy godmothers, the guides and mentors of history's most famous heroes. And as sunlight peeks over the horizon and through the windows of Glitterwing, a young woman begins to stir in her bed. Constance, you awake in your dorm room. Today is the day.
Yay. I don't know what to do.
What do? You're in your dorm room, you've woken up. Around you are your dorm mates. Olette, Sersha, Semba, Sakara, and Hannah. All of them currently in their own forms, awaking from their slumbers.
I assume, like, the magical, like, bell's just gone.
It's a little bit. Just you tend to wake up with the morning here. They don't have curtains in this dorm room, so first break of day, you are wanting to wake up.
Okay, so I am going to, get up and get dressed.
Okay.
That sounds really... Yeah, I'm gonna get up and get dressed.
Okay, yes, as today is the day that you are going to be getting your assignment as a fairy godmother. So you're getting up and getting dressed, and as so do your dorm mates, and as you do so, Alette is kind of eyeing you from across the way, a little bit of a green monster in her eye. So, we're finally getting rid of you.
Yeah. It's a joy for all of us, isn't it?
Well, I only hope you don't muck it up too badly.
Oh, like you mucked up your last charms assignment. It's not that hard to turn a toad into a toadstool. Is it?
Well, I'd give it a go right now, but you're a little larger than the toads we use in class.
I also don't think you could manage it if you couldn't manage them, so it's a bit above your current level of ability.
Enjoy your assignment, Constance. And
Enjoy
she,
being here without one.
with a wave of her hair, storms out of the room. So is there anything you'd like to do before you head to the headmistress's office?
No, I'm just gonna... this would be a really good time to describe my character, actually. Now that we get around to it. So Constance Locke is a teenage girl, about... a human girl, by the way. Human girl, 18, 19. She has brown hair, green eyes, and is currently dressing in what look like kind of like brown leather or cloth pants, a white shirt, and then a green like tabard that ties at the waist with a belt. On her arm, she's strapping a wand holster that she slides her wand into. I have one on the way. Yeah, that is Constance Locke so far.
Incredible.
And then I will head downstairs. I'm
Okay.
skipping breakfast, by the way.
Skipping breakfast. Okay. So heading down the stairs, you going through the marble corridors of Glitterwing Academy. It's been a while. And yes, you find your way through the labyrinthine corridors of the building and all the way to the office of Headmistress Burrty Laceheart. Do you go straight in, or...?
No, I'm knocking. I'm not an idiot.
Okay. So you... is that Constance?
Yes?
Yes, enter, Miss Locke.
Can I go
yes.
inside?
Yeah, so the door's open. So as you enter, you see that you've been here before, but yes, you see this office goes up around 60 feet, and there are several floors staggered at the space, but no stairs to lead to any of them. Bookshelves line the walls, laden with beautifully decorated books, which is the headmistress's personal collection of stories from the academy's past. Sat in the centre of the circular room, behind a grand desk, sits Headmistress Burrty Laceheart, the godmother responsible for Snow White's happily ever after. Her silvery grey hair is tied up perfectly, without a strand out of place. She is dressed in her usual blue waistcoat dress hybrid, with her enormous fairy wings draped over the back of her chair. She's in mid-conversation with another fairy, a little plumper than Laceheart, with a crown of pink roses nestled in her curly platinum blonde hair. She has a kind, round face, kind of the sickly sweet epitome of a fairy godmother, who you recognise as Phelan Goodwing. Approach, Constance.
Morning. She's gonna tuck her really just like messy hair just behind her shoulders, like,
Yeah, you look a lot less put together than these people. They are very much the, like... If you had to guess, probably magic. Bit of magic goes into making them look this refined this early in the morning. Yes, so Phelan, this is quite an important assignment we've got for you. Miss Danielle, I think. Other aliases, Cinderella. Yes, so you're one of our best. We're trusting you. And she hands a heavy tome to Phelan Goodwing. It's Constance, yes. So it's that time. You've reached the age and your level of experience here with us that we believe you're ready for your assignment.
That was in character, by the way.
She looks at like she doesn't quite know how to react to this. Your relationship with the headmistress has always been a little. You don't quite get each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, I hope you're eager.
Yep.
Well, so we'll be receiving your assignment from the magic mirror over here. So, do you have any questions about your assignment before we begin?
Just like this is the final thing I need to do to like graduate, right? Like this, and then we're fully qualified, ready to go about the world.
Yes. So you've received good enough grades in all of your assignments and all of your classes that we believe you are ready for your own assignment. And should you successfully complete that assignment, then you will be a fully qualified and licensed fairy godmother, and you can start getting more prestigious assignments.
What if I don't? Though?
Then you will have to return here for your studies. We will examine what went wrong, and hopefully we can get you licensed in due time. You will simply have to stay for some remedial classes.
I'd have to repeat a year, basically.
In short, yes.
Again?
Yes.
Okay, magic mirror time.
She extends a hand, almost like putting your shoulder, and then just. We have every confidence in you, Constance.
Good.
And she stands up from her chair, scraping across the stone floor, and she goes over to the large mirror that's in the that stuck to the wall. Mirror, mirror on the wall, the king has called a royal ball. This godmother is to attend with wand and frock. Tell me, who is the task of Constance Locke? And and you see the sheer surface of the mirror begins to swirl slightly, almost in places, almost looking like a face. And you hear a voice echo through the room. A royal ball, a spectacle indeed. For a fairy godmother, a prince is in need. You see that both Burrty and Phelan exchange very shocked looks for a moment. Surely, Great Mirror, this must be a mistake. Prince Avenant Charming is too much to undertake. 'Tis another prince, to whom fate is oft unkind. It is Peter Charming that Miss Locke must find. Oh, well, that's a different story then. Yes, the younger prince, that should certainly be within your wheelhouse. You seem to have some reservations about this.
I just, like... So the assignment that's, like, given is, like, is it permanent? Like, I have to do this one?
If you wish to continue and become a licensed fairy godmother, then yes, this is what the narrator in their wisdom has assigned to you.
Okay, but I can't, like, just, like, press, like, try again. No? Okay. I'm just checking. Just making sure.
Miss Locke, how serious are you about your future as a fairy godmother?
Very. I'm just asking clarifying questions. You told us that asking questions was a good thing. I'm just going along with what you said, Miss Basil.
Yes, very good, Miss Locke. However, in your career as a fairy godmother, sometimes you'll receive assignments that, at first glance, is not something you might be particularly keen on. However, these things, these stories, they always come to something. And if you have been assigned to this, then I'm certain there is reason for it, and it will show itself in due course.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes,
Or-
so if you don't have any other questions, then you will accompany Miss Phelan to the continent of Law, the kingdom of Tail, and attend this royal ball that the king has called. I'm certain you are likely to find the prince there. If not, then you will have to go out and search.
Sorry, I do have more questions. Is a frock necessary?
I am not responsible for what you wear. These kind of events, you know, they tend to be somewhat formal affairs. And your assignment is a prince. He may be accustomed to certain levels of dignification.
Okay, see, the thing is, I don't have any, like, formal outfits. I have none of, like, I have one dress. No, one dress.
As you see that Phelan actually approaches, he says, I think I can probably help you out with that one. Would you like?
Do you specialize in like trouser suits, or are you kind of like?
I'm more of a
dress?
I'm more of a ball gown type person.
Do you just do ball gowns? Is that like your whole thing, or
I could try
are there
something
other
else.
options?
More of like a.
What would you
like?
trying to find options. Well, I'm just thinking like practicality wise, a ball gown's quite hard to fly in. Is the thing.
I see. Okay.
My wings are quite small.
Okay. All right. Well, I see what I can do.
Oh yeah, Constance has wings, by the way.
Yes.
Blue and
great
pink, and like poke out between her clothing.
A great deal smaller than both Phelan and Burrty's, who have very large, full-size fairy wings.
Constance's are about the size of like your hand.
Yeah.
Just on her back.
So, would you like me to do that for you then? I can.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we're not doing the whole ball gown thing.
That's perfectly fine. Okay, so she takes her wand out.
You look disappointed in that. Is the thing.
It's just that I have got a few in mind. I've had this assignment, and I think I know what I'm going to do about it. But it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, for Gabriella. No, that wasn't Gabriella.
Danielle.
Sorry.
Are you ready?
I feel like I have to say yes. So yes, let's go.
Okay, and she flutters over to you daintily with her fairy wings, and she draws circles around your head, and glitter begins to fall all around you, and your clothes or your school uniform begins to shift and transform, getting a little heavier in places, but overall not too heavy. And she goes, bippity boppity boo, and with that the transformation is complete, and you are stood in a floor-length, not like a full-out ball gown, but just like a nice, what do you call it, an evening dress? It's like a floor-length evening dress.
Is that it?
What
Just
you
a
were
ball
thinking
gown?
about? Yes, it's light blue, and it's got quite puffy sleeves, you know, the kind of thing. And
yeah, so it looks a little bit like this.
That's so weird.
So coincidental that this is what I wore for the stream. It's almost like we planned this. I mean, I like the colour.
I was expecting you to say more.
It's a really pretty shade of blue. Is there more to say?
I'm glad you like the colour.
God
We should-
damn, you killed her.
And with that, Burrty lets out a bit of a sigh. It's just, you know, Constance, you do have your own magical abilities. Perhaps if the dress is not to your liking, you can adjust it yourself. And I think it's time for the two of you probably to be getting off.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Turn around.
As you lead out, and Phelan goes behind you, and Burrty has got a bit of a hand on Phelan's back. It's okay. I like the dress. It's fine. And leads you out, and you and Phelan step out into the outside of the academy and take off towards the continent of Law. You are in a bit of an assisted flight. You are able to fly a lot faster with Phelan by your side. And before long, the continent is in close sight. And back on the continent of Law, in the kingdom of Tale, a young prince returns home 1 year after beginning his journey through strange lands. A prince known to most as the Other Charming. Change music, fuck. One moment. Sorry. Peter, of the countless leagues you have covered, this journey through your homeland has maybe been the most difficult. It was on this land that 1 year ago today, you faced the hardest challenge of your life. On your way to the palace town, you passed through the village of Storybrook. There, you happened to come across a handful of your men from the Battle of the Red Scale Field. Those who call themselves the Lucky Few now return to their lives as farmers and craftsmen in the wake of the war. With a few words and a promise to reunite for a drink soon, they went back to their work and you continued to the palace. With the memories you share with those men ringing in your head, the final stretch to the palace town passes in the blink of an eye, and before you realise, the high alabaster walls that protect the town loom over you. Are you alright? Looking up at you, on your horse, stands a guard you do not recognise holding a clipboard. I said, are you a knight? He has a look about you. Where are you coming from?
Travelling from north. No, I'm not a knight. I grew up here. Actually.
Oh, right, so, name?
Peter.
Peter Charming! Stand aside,
Yes.
fools! Don't you recognise your prince? Riding towards you on a sturdy warhorse is a figure you recognise instantly. Your mentor, general, and steadfast friend, Sir Ernest Holdsworth. A portly man with thick grey mutton chops and moustache, a battered breastplate covering his torso, and a well-used arming sword at his side. We almost thought you weren't coming!
My liege, and he's going to take a bow to Sir Holdsworth, and past the formalities, he's going to take him into like quite a big warm hug straight away.
He pulls you in, just
very
bare
like
to you.
yeah, quite testosterone-y, like they're slapping each other's backs. Like,
Good to see you.
yes. How fares the kingdom?
The kingdom fares well. It's been a quiet year.
Well, quiet is good.
Sent most of the boys home.
Yep.
Yeah. Just the official army now, your brother's army, looking after the place.
Okay.
And some of Geppetto's things guarding the castle.
Okay. Oh, very nice. And my sister, how is she?
Your sister fares well. Obviously, we're all getting a little bit on pins and needles, or bad choice of words, but with her 16th birthday so close.
Probably better choice of words there somewhere. However, yeah.
Where-
Are we expecting anything today?
Trepidatious. Well, you know how these events go.
Well, yeah.
Bit of a curse in your family. Big events like this.
Sure, that's somewhat that has cut my journey short.
Well, I hope
Paranoia mainly.
What have you been up to recently?
Well, after the battle, I wanted to travel the lands and let the loved ones of those lost know directly. I knew that we was going to send out letters anyway, but I feel like it quite cut the job. And then past that, I just got lost in our kingdom. Not physically lost, just metaphorically. I met a lot of good people. I tried to help out where I could, and lots of our citizens are still displaced from the war and tried to rebuild where we could.
Well, it's fine work you're doing.
And my brother?
Your brother is acclimating well to the new fame.
Every bard in every tavern I've crossed sings stories of his greatness.
Yes, his victory against Redscale was told far and wide. Let us to the castle, and you start
Yes.
riding up. Yes, in truth, I'm not sure your father is quite taking the right precautions for this evening. He seems too confident that the Queen won't attack again.
Have you addressed these concerns to him directly, or?
I've tried, but I do not have your king's ear. The king's ear in the same way I once did. Getting a little close to retirement. No one wants to listen to old men anymore.
Well, perhaps a returning son might change his moods. We can hope.
Perhaps. Well, keep your sword handy tonight.
Never leaves my side.
Just in case. We can hope, but the Queen just keeps coming back like a bad sickness.
Well, fingers crossed we won't need our blades tonight. I haven't had to use it for some time.
I still hope you remember how.
Well, how could I forget?
Well, perhaps I should have some of the boys test you out.
Well, if you want to watch your boys get beat, absolutely. You won't be joining me yourself.
You sure you can handle that?
I could certainly try.
Oh, we'll see. And you guys continue riding up to the castle, and we'll rejoin Peter in a bit. As away from the high towers of the palace proper, down in the town that surrounds it, a strange pair exit a clothing shop. One, a man made entirely of stone, as if a statue had grown tired of standing around all day and decided to go for a wander. If that weren't enough to draw the eyes of passers-by, he had just finished adorning himself in a set of lavish but loud finery of purple and gold. And ankle high by his side sits a fox. But no ordinary fox, for this fox could talk, and talk as well as you or I might talk. On their back, strapped a pair of small saddlebags to fit their diminutive frame.
I swear, the shopkeep said these were the traditional outfits of these people.
Oh, I think you look great. You look really. I mean, the colors are really popping. I'm just not.
I
It's-
look like a songbird.
Yeah, maybe that's what they like here. Maybe they're really big on music and birds.
I
I'm not.
could never hunt in these.
No, I don't. Well, I don't think we're supposed to. What they seem like they would be annoyed if you brought swords in. So maybe you don't hunt. Maybe you go on the hunt for a person to dance with, other than murder.
He takes his hand. He takes his hand and like pulls it like just the giant stuffy purple collar attached to the jacket, and he scratches at his neck, and it sounds like just two pebbles rubbing together.
Do you think like is the bow tie too much? There's not much you can do, but I want it to look kind of different.
I think you look very smart.
Thank you.
You look very good.
Thank you.
Perhaps as the speaker of the two,
And he kind of like leans down and puts out an arm.
if you'd like to walk to not get your paws dirty, I can carry you to the castle.
Oh, usually I would say no, but we've gone on for a while, and I am, I want to keep my paws clean. I want to make a good. I'm just gonna climb up. I'm just gonna go up, and wow, you are very terrainy.
Yeah.
Wow.
To give a bit more of a description, he is not the tallest person. I was standing at about 5'8", with very like the stone frame doesn't lend itself to the actual build of the person, being more on the slender side, even still being made out of almost like this shale gray rock with almost a blue tinge to it.
Well,
And he kind of takes one hand up and gently touches the top of your head.
I hope that the king can help us find the witch.
I'm sure. Oh, we've come all this way. At least you can tell us something. And
Hopefully.
if not, at least we're getting some free food and music.
Music I could do without, but food is where it's at.
Hell yeah, buddy. Okay, we'll work on the music thing. I'll show you some harpsichord. I'm sure, you've only heard mostly lute. I'm sure if I show you some harp, maybe some banjo, it'll really get you going.
I play the drums.
Oh, that's so cool!
I have a hand drum in my pack. I'll show you later.
I wonder if I could play the drum.
You are talented enough to do whatever your heart desires, Theodore.
Oh, well, you... I just does it at the pause, like, oh, stop it. That's, oh, you.
I hope we can find your friend.
Me too. It would be nice to wear an actual suit next time we go to a party.
I think with the proper attire having been gathered, and the time being as it may, we should perhaps try to move towards the castle for the ball.
So you would have
I
known.
agree.
You would have known when you entered the town that the ball opens at sunset.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So if there is anything you would like to do in the town before then, you are free to do so. There are a number of things in the town. There are, as you would. This is one of the biggest towns in Tale. So there are taverns, the clothier you just came out, which is called the Spinning Mice Sartorial. There's
That's cute. I'm sorry, that's really cute.
the Golden Harp Tavern. Yeah, so anything you'd like to do within town before then, you are free to do so.
Do you require anything else before we go?
I just puts nose into the saddlebags, just sniffs around a bit. And these saddlebags are a nice, healthy, brown leather. And Theodore is like a orange to red tinged fox with green eyes and a little talisman that hangs around his neck. And he pops his nose back out. I was like, I think I'm okay. As long as you think I look alright and I can enter this ball with my ears held high, I think I'm good.
Here's a
Well,
question:
I
Did
think-
Theodore get anything from the clothier?
Yeah, we got the bow tie.
Little bow tie,
We
cool.
talked a little bit about a little bow tie on him. He's adorable. Yeah. He kind of like cracks his eyes open a little wider, and as he like looks up, you can kind of hear just like a slow rumble of shifting stone as he moves, and his like uncharacteristically like bright blue, almost white eyes start looking around.
Well, I hope everything will go well, because I cannot carry a bow in this costume.
Well, don't worry. I've got daggers in my saddlebags just in case.
I hid one in the fluffy collar.
And I show a small tear that I've already put at the base of the coat.
We should be good together, Theodore.
It's like, listen. Which always said, if you meet someone, you always show them politeness, grace, and hospitality, and if they try to grab you, you stab them in their kneecap.
To put a hunter out of commission forever seems harsh, but I agreed to protect oneself in danger.
Well, I'm only kneecap height, so I think that's why, like, I could just go.
Perhaps
yes.
just take a toe.
Or an Achilles. I hear that's important. That's okay. I'm sure we'll be fine.
We should be fine.
We'll be fine.
Come, Theodore. Let us be off to get our wishes granted.
Okay, if that's all you guys want to do for now, then back towards the entrance of town. A cool breeze blows in from the north, sending a chill down the spine of the guards who stand the vigil. Up the hill to the palace town gates walks a lone girl holding a candle that flickers against the frosty wind, but never goes out. Bina. Oh, no, sorry. It has been a long walk for the girl from her home in the frozen lands of the north. Bina. As you approach the gate, a guard carrying a clipboard flags you down. Welcome to the Royal Palace. May I ask what brings you here today?
I was invited. I'm here to go to the ball.
We're here for the ball?
For a wish.
Terrific. And may I take your name?
My name is Bina.
Bina.
It's really nice to meet you. Would you like a match?
I think I'm okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
I very much appreciate it.
Well, you don't have to buy it. I'll just give you one anyway. And she holds the candle and like digs in her little pockets, and she pulls out a match and she goes, this might bring you luck. I don't really know. And as I hand it to him, I'm just gonna cast guidance.
Okay. He takes it. Thank you very much. He tucks it into a pocket. So at the ball, it's at the palace. You can't miss it. It opens at sunset. But in the meantime, I can recommend a good clothing shop in town if you would like anything more formal. They're offering very good discounts in light of the king's invitations.
I mean, is what I'm wearing really not okay, like, at all? Like, do I have to get new clothes?
I'm not the person to ask, but a lot of people have been asking, so I'm just telling everyone.
Okay. I don't really have a lot of money. But I can try. I'll try. Yeah, okay, thank you. Where's the shop again?
It's the Spinning Mice Sartorial. It's up the main street, so if you go in and you take the second right, it's the big street.
Street, second right, big street, second right, big
and you
street.
Keep
Okay,
going
great.
Until you see a hanging sign of a mouse at a spinning wheel.
Second right, big street, mouse spinning wheel. Second.
You got
right,
it.
Big. Okay, great. Okay, I'm gonna get going before I forget.
Have fun at the ball.
Thank you so much. Second right, big hanging mice. I'll find it. It'll be okay. Okay, and she's gonna start walking towards the clothes shop.
You make your way through the arched gate, and this place is, compared to where you come from, this place is enormous. The town of Glesha is a village in comparison to this town. Its walls are twice as high and made of white alabaster stone. And the buildings inside, again, twice as high as the ones from Glesha, at least.
Yeah, this place is really big. I will try so hard not to get lost. I think this will help. And I'm going to dig a match out for myself. And I'm going to sit and light it. And I'm just going to be like, and I'm going to cast guidance on myself so that I don't get lost.
Okay, is getting lost something that your character does easily?
Well, only in cities that are bigger than the ones that she's lived in.
Okay, cool. Make me a survival check?
Okay.
I'm an expert tracker. I
Oh
can
no!
find shops in any town.
It slid. It slid. I will get it.
This is the first roll of the campaign.
You said it's survival?
Yep.
Thank God I have a high survival.
And
that's
you've got
an
guidance.
11. And I have guidance! See, I knew that would come in handy. 11... 14!
Terrific. So yeah, second right down Main Street, it's just one giant street, and you keep walking until you see the sign.
Mouse! Sorry.
Yes. So you actually on your way there, as you're looking up at the signs, you're not. Bina's quite a small bean, isn't she?
Oh yeah.
So she's looking up at all the signs, and you're going. You actually bump into what you think is like a pillar, and very briefly you bump into a man made of stone.
Oh! Hi! So sorry! I
Sorry,
was
what
not...
did you say?
What?
What?
You look up at him and he seems as confused as you are because he did not feel you bump into him at all.
I'm sorry. I think I just hit you, but, yeah.
Oh, I am sorry. This form is difficult to feel things in.
Oh.
Theodore, will you make me aware if anyone hits us again in the future?
You see a tiny fox face pop over the shoulder, like, hi there!
Hello!
Hello! Sorry, I'm usually the what is it called? The you go forward, backwards, round and round person over there. Sorry, I got distracted. He's made of rocks and I kind of want to chew. No, I don't. I didn't mean that. Hello!
Wow. Yeah, hello. That's okay. I was distracted too. Clearly, I was not watching where I was going. This place is very large.
It is quite
You know-
large in population.
Oh, yes. Wow, you sound like a mountain.
He feels like one too.
Yes, I quite noticed as I ran into him.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I have never seen anybody like you two before on all of my travels. Hi, my name is Bina. Would you like a match?
Yes.
Okay.
There's just like the conversational whiplash of he's lost already. He's already like, I don't understand.
I don't know. Well, here, and you can grab it however you like.
Ow.
What is this?
And I cast guidance. I have a lot of matches. I was supposed to sell
I
them.
do not understand what this is.
It's a gift, you know, like
I understand the concept of a gift, Theo.
yeah.
I meant the object that is between my fingers. I do not understand its function.
This is a match. if you strike it on something, oh, well, you could just strike it on yourself. It will produce a small fire.
So this is what has replaced the flint in the current era.
I guess.
And he puts it out between two of his fingers.
Thank you for this gift.
And he puts it in like a pocket in like just like the very fancy like purple and gold suit he is wearing that is far too loud for this person.
Well, you used it so fast, but that's okay.
He's very intense, but he's really nice.
Yes, you both seem very nice.
Thank you. I'm Theodore. Nice to meet you. Just holds out a paw.
Nice to meet you, Theodore.
I like a candle.
I am
Thank you.
Taiyari. Nice to meet you.
Oh, hello, Taiyari. Where are you guys from?
That is a long question, but the short answer is I come from the south, Great Utah forests.
That's a long ways. I don't know if I passed through there. I might have.
You have not.
I have not. You know for sure. I have not. Great, because I don't know where I've been, to be honest. Well, I kind of know a general. If I saw a map, I think I'd be able to plot it out, but, you know, it's been a minute, so.
And this is Theodore again.
I'm from a wood.
The enchanted wood, if my directions were correct.
Oh.
But I was from a different place, but I don't remember. Though my appearance may be foxish, I'm actually a human. Completely human. Just having a little bit of a transformation crisis. So I'm a fox, and then I found a witch, and she was like, "What?" And I could think again, and I'm definitely a human. I'm a human, but I'm currently in a foxy appearance.
I give scritches under the chin.
And you make a handsome fox.
Thank you so much. But so yeah, don't think of me as a fox. Think of me as a person in a temporary situation.
I can do that.
I think of you neither as a fox, nor as a person, but as a friend.
Oh,
That was so nice.
But we seem to be in your way.
Oh.
Bina, you said.
Well, not really. I was told that I might need to get some clothes because apparently balls need to require people to have nice attire. I successfully sort of found the mouse sign that I'm supposed to find. So I'm just gonna go in there and ask if they have anything that's like damaged or maybe just like not perfect, just enough to pass by. I'm sure I'll be fine. I just need
Do you
to.
require monetary assistance?
I want to say no. Desperately. But the truth of the matter is
laugh.
You hear more like the sound of like stone cracking from somewhere in his chest, like a
anyway, but I don't have any money. Well, that's not true. I have 2 copper pieces, and they are right here. But I'm sure if I go in there and I ask, maybe I can like stock their shelves or something, and they'll just let me have a shirt, or a skirt, or. Wow, you know,
Theodore.
I just noticed what you're wearing. Is that what we all need to be wearing? I really don't think I can afford that right now.
Well, you gave us a gift, so what if we gave you a gift in return? Monetary value.
I reach into my pocket and I pull out things.
After I killed a beast on my way here, I was given these coins that you people deal in. I have no need for them.
And I just put like 10 gold pieces in your hand.
Oh! Oh my!
In my inventory.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Grandma, are you seeing this? Oh my gosh! Thank you! Are you sure?
I have no need for this. This costume was the last thing I needed to purchase for a long while.
I don't understand how money works. So,
Oh.
I find your currency confusing.
so do I.
Okay. Well, this is as kind as this is, and you should not reject gifts, or so I've been told. But this really is too much. So maybe I'll just have I'll just take 3, and you can have back the 7, and that way, if you need any food or anything, you have enough.
I hunt my own food, but I understand the sentiment.
Great.
But what if you had 1, 2, 5, I want to say 7 of the gold pieces, and in exchange, you went and bought a fancy thing, and you escorted us through the city to the ball, and that is the payment for that. So then you're doing a service, and it's kind of not like we're just giving it to you, it's earning.
I concur. I shall only accept back 3 bronze pieces. Gold. Metal is hard.
Yes, these are gold. They're much more valuable than like copper or silver. Okay. I think we can do that. Okay, here, and
Okay.
Bina's gonna split them up. I will go buy a dress really fast, and then I'll come back out, and I will ask for directions.
We shall guide you. I already know the way.
No, you will ask for directions. For he thinks he knows the way, but we actually don't. We know the way to
But I am aware of the way.
We know the way to the food hall, the tavern. We know the way to the tavern. We don't know the way to the actual ball, right?
I will lean over to Theodore and whisper.
I see we are telling a mistruth for their comfort.
Exactly.
I do not know the way to the castle.
He does not know the way. We need directions. We're very lost.
Great! Be right back! And Bina's gonna like dash into the store.
So you go into the store, and it looks like pretty ordinary clothing store. There are these bolts of cloth rolled up on the sides, a few mannequins with half-made dresses on there, and there's a young woman, maybe about 17, behind the counter, and she's just like taking some inventory. And you come in, she goes, "Hello."
Hi.
Hi.
I would like your nicest, cheapest dress, please.
That is the 4th time I've heard that today. Okay. And if you could come through.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So everything is discounted today, and it's 10% it's 10% of the price. Yes. Okay.
Do you normally put things on sale?
I was told today we were. The
Math is
owner-
hard. I know math is hard.
Owner isn't in. So I was left in charge of of selling things today. So yes. So you'd like a dress? Okay. I can take your measurements, and then I'll take them back, and if you tell us like what you would like what color, what kind of like cut, and then they'll make it for you, and they're really quick, and they'll come, and then I'll give it to you, and you pay.
That's a lot. Okay, how about, and Bina has on this just, like, worn, tattered, been through the elements, like, dark green scarf. And she just goes, can you match this? Or complement it?
Yeah, so she goes to, like, get some, like, bolts of cloth, and just like all different things. She comes like a fistful of like different green ribbons, and she's like holding different ones up. Yeah, that looks about right. Would you say that's about right?
Yeah, that looks fine.
Cool. Yes, and then would you like some like gold or silver to go with it? Or...
No,
just green.
Yep, just plain. So cheap and so plain. So cheap and so plain, and fits this.
Okay, she gets the tape measure out and starts, like, measuring different parts of you, like, going around your wrist, and, the first time you've been fitted for clothes, a bit more invasive than you'd like.
Ever. Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry, you just lift that, thank you.
Yeah.
And gets it, so for just the one type of cloth, for this cloth, would you like, and she shows you some dresses, like they've got a full, like, a gown which it goes out at the bottom, like a ball gown, got like an evening dress. Well, it's a very simple kind of just like, basically, it's just strappy here, comes in like there, and then it's basically just a tube all the way to
that
the ground.
That one.
And, yeah, okay, well that would be 5 copper.
Fabulous. Okay.
10% of 5 silver is 5 copper. Yes.
Is that right?
This poor girl.
Yes.
Poor girl fucking everything up.
No, she fucked up.
Yes, that's 5 copper, and then I'll take the thing back, and then our mice will make them.
Okay. Are you sure the math is right?
Yes, so 5% of... 10% of 5 silver is 5 copper, yeah.
I cast guidance on her.
I'm positive 10% of...
Did you add the D4? Did you add that D4 of the guidance?
It's not gonna help. That's a total of 7, minus 1. That's a 6.
Oh. Baby.
No, my math's right. 5% of 5 silver. It's 10% of 5 silver is 5 copper.
Okay. I'm not sure that's right, but I'm not good at math either. So, here you go, and...
Out of character. That's the right math. 10% of 5 silver
No, the
is
math
5
is
copper.
right. We know where she's fucked
yeah,
up.
okay,
though.
good. I just want to be clear.
We know where she's fucked up. 10% off. Jesus.
Yes, so, yes, we're gonna, so you pay the money, like,
Yep.
you put with a single gold coin, she's like, okay, and she, like, just holds out, 9 silver and 5 copper for you.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with all of this. I think I will sneak it back in their bags later, but I will have to be so sneaky.
Okay.
I can do it.
And she disappears into the back, and she comes out and just starts sitting on. Would you like some tea while you wait?
Sure.
Okay.
Have you? I don't know. Am I allowed to have a lit candle in here?
Sure.
Okay.
Just don't
You wanna?
set fire to things.
Oh no. We don't set fire to things. Would you like to look at my candle?
Sure.
You know, sometimes when people look at my candle, they get really, really happy, and I can see what would, or maybe sometimes, you know, I'm not really sure how it works. I just know that it's a very special candle.
Okay. If you want to use your ability, you need to know her name.
And may I ask what your name is?
My name is Miranda.
Miranda, it's nice to meet you. My name is Bina.
Nice to meet you, Bina.
Yes. Miranda, if you would just like to look at the candle into the flame, I promise it won't hurt your eyes.
Cool. What's your spell save DC again?
It is. My spell save DC is a thing that I can find on my sheet because I know where it is. It is 14.
I'm so sad that passed.
It's okay.
So unfortunately, it doesn't work.
Oh, you don't see anything?
It's a flame.
I'll try. We'll try again later. Maybe I'm not trying hard enough. We'll figure it out because yes,
Okay.
I will come back for you, Miranda.
Thank you. That vaguely,
thank you.
Vaguely threatening statement. And he goes off to make some tea, and you enjoy this. You enjoy some tea. Kind of that awkward, quiet, almost like a doctor's waiting room atmosphere. And after a while, you hear some like vague squeaking in the background. You're not certain if it's mice or a spinning wheel, and or both. And before long, comes out with the dress that was commissioned. Little more embroidery. You didn't ask for that. Not quite as plain. Sometimes the mice, when we ask for really plain things, sometimes the mice get like offended.
Oh.
They don't.
Sorry.
They don't like making. They take a lot of pride in their craft.
Oh.
So, but you see, and she holds it up to you, and the thread count on this is just off the charts. This is such amazing cloth. And yeah, so she gives it to you. It should fit perfectly. We have changing rooms if you'd like to wear it here or wait till later.
Should I? But I mean, Theodore and Taiyari were wearing theirs now. I'll change now.
Okay. And yeah, you go in and you put it on. And honestly, with how worn your normal dress is, this is about as warm as your normal outfit is. Because while your other one may be built to be warm, it's also full of holes and threadbare.
Yeah.
So if you wear your scarf with this dress, you will be about the same level of warmth as you were.
Great! Thank you
Also,
so much.
Your candle means that you're always warm, basically.
This is true. I really appreciate it. Again, I will be back for you. But thank you. See you later.
Have a good day. Enjoy the ball.
Thank you. Well, that was very awesome. And I am ready to lead you two to the castle now.
I am awake again.
As he had been standing there, he had totally just fallen asleep like a statue again, just standing straight up while Theodore was on his shoulders.
See,
Val, you're still muted, Val.
Theodore was also just like talking the entire time. Just like, so the thing about it is, I'm not sure if the berries we got were edible, or maybe they were slightly poisonous or very poisonous. Either way, they've been said, oh, you look pretty.
You see,
Thank
there are a few copper pieces around Taiyari's feet, where people have got like, ooh, living statue.
I do not know where those came from.
I think they liked you, so they threw money at you.
I will gather them for my friend Theodore.
Oh, thank you.
Slowly lean down and grab it. How many copper pieces was it?
11 copper pieces.
Theodore, throw that in your inventories. I'm just gonna pat them into your little bag.
My little saddlebag.
But now we are getting closer to sundown. We should head to the castle.
Sounds good. Oh, I should ask for directions.
Yes. Which we need.
I had an idea while you were inside, Bina. You could ask me for directions.
Oh. Well, that seems a little bit like it defeats the purpose of the original agreement that we came to, but,
It is called being a resourceful employee. You are very smart.
I have never had a job. How do we get to the castle, sir? Boss man?
Is the noise of like his laughter just coming from his chest?
If you turn left and then back onto the main street and follow the winding road up to the castle, we should be able to get to it from there.
Left, Main Street, winding road. Left, Main Street, winding road. Let's go! I got it!
All right.
And with that,
Yep.
we are going to rejoin one of our other adventurers. Immy, Hex, may roll me d20s.
Not
Straight roll.
great.
Yeah, just straight roll.
8.
8.
2.
2. Okay, Immy. So, I didn't know who to go to back with that one, so we're going to rejoin Constance. And, yes, so you've been flying over the country of the nation of the kingdom of Tail for a little bit of time now. You've got the dark forest and the Evil Queen's mountains on your right hand side. This is my right hand, and the enchanted forest on your left. As you beeline towards the royal palace. And have you been chatting with Phelan, or has it been a bit of an awkward fly?
A little bit awkward. I'm going to say before we set off, because I assume we didn't go straight from there to there, considering it was sunrise when I got that. It's now approaching
It's not nearly sunset.
mid-afternoon.
Different times.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would have gone back to my room and I would have freshened up a bit, put in a little bit of effort.
Okay.
So her hair has at least been brushed and is now down. And as well as the dress, there's like a silver, not like coronet, but like a very thin silver band that goes around her head. The one piece of jewelry she owns. She put Phelan gave her nice shoes. She's changed back into like riding boots under her dress and has put like riding pants. I can't describe them, the riding pants back on under her dress. So she's got like all of her stuff in her pockets. She secretly cut slits into the side of the dress for like easy access to her pockets and belongings because the dress doesn't have pockets, and she got really annoyed within like the 30 seconds of wearing it. She would have tried to make some conversation with Phelan on the flight.
The first awkward silence, you tried to put your hands in your pockets, and you just like. So yeah, you try and make some awkward conversation on the flight.
Yeah. Just
No, you first.
so Danielle, is it Danielle, Gabrielle? I can't get the name right.
Danielle, yes.
Okay. D. Yeah. So she's Cinderella.
That's one alias. It's I think it's a bit of a cruel nickname she's been given. I'm trying to what why? She like waves her wand, and the book she was given by Burrty reappears in her hand. You guys, we got a
Should
profile.
I have a book?
We didn't make a profile about the other charming boy.
Why not?
He fought in the war. He hasn't done an awful lot.
But-
else.
Okay, but I don't know anything about him.
He's Prince. You get to know
I
him.
feel like
This is part of the challenge.
I feel like you're preparing me for this mission.
This is part of the challenge. With these lower profile things,
Why aren't you being challenged? You have a book.
I am licensed, and this is a high profile case.
I feel like you guys should be continually challenged throughout your career. It
Anyway.
feels as though you have to jump through a lot of hoops to get qualified, and then once you're qualified, you're kind of just given free reign over the country, like. But just inherently feels unsafe.
So the name Cinderella came from... yes, so this was a cruel nickname given to her by her stepsisters. She was made to clean up cinders. She burnt her fingers, and they Danielle, Ella, Cinders, Ella, Cinderella.
Oh, okay. But you don't even have to write like mission reports on what you do.
Sorry, what? You'll have to write all this up when you return.
Yeah, but not in like an official like capacity. It's very you just write a story and you can swing the story whichever way you want.
That's how it's always worked. What are you?
I'm just saying it seems like a really big breach of like safeguarding that we're just allowed to do this.
Constance, I don't know what you think power you think I have over the godmothering institution. This is just my job. I'm not.
Yeah, but okay, right. To make a point, like you could ruin Cinderella's life. Say that you didn't, and no one would ever be any the wiser.
Well, I mean,
you'd write it as like the story happened that way, but you could like be intentionally fucking up her
I
life.
mean, if it ever came, if it was ever researched as a conflict, they could check the official one in the Great Library against mine. And then they would see that I've been duplicitous.
See, I feel like that should just happen anyway.
Well, the ones we
Like-
have are just for a matter of record. If there's ever a real dispute, then of course we consult the Great Library. That's what the librarians are there for.
But what would bring up a dispute?
A defamatory case? If somehow our version of
Who
reports...
was making the defamatory case? Like, if you've ruined their life, they're not going to come out and be like, "Oh, that fairy godmother ruined my life." We live on an island. We're hard to reach.
Constance, again, I just don't. We don't do those things.
Look, Miss Lateheart doesn't want to hear me out about all of this.
I mean, Burrty is a teacher. She's not in charge.
She has a seat on the council.
Listen, this is just my job, Constance. I really don't know what you expect to produce from this conversation.
I'm trying to produce conversation. What else am I going to talk about with you? Necklines?
Why not? What are you planning to do with Peter?
I don't know anything about him!
He's a prince. He's come back. He fought in a war. What's your first course of action?
Say hello?
That's a great start. Good job.
See if there's anything he needs help with. The mirror was not specific. I was really hoping for a little bit more of like a direction with
Okay,
this.
well, if you look at all the stories...
I'm sorry, I'm very stressed.
If you look at the stories of the past, generally, fairy godmothers... first of all, lots of times, fairy godmothers don't appear in the stories. We are sort of unseen guides. Burrty doesn't appear in the story of Snow White. But if you want to be, I intend to speak to Cinderella. Danielle, sorry, it's offensive. And... You know, but you tend to wait until the problem has presented itself, and then you appear to lend a hand.
Can I not just preemptively be there? I know there's going to be a problem. Why can't I just introduce myself and I'm like, "Hey, I'm here to help you if the problem ever arises."
You know what, Constance? That sounds good. Great idea. Go ahead and do that.
I feel like I should actually thank you for the dress. It really is quite excellent. So,
You're welcome.
It's really spectacular work.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. You don't understand what that means, do you? It's gonna keep flying.
Yeah, it's spectacular. It's
I meant the finger guns.
common vernacular. Oh, the finger guns. No, I don't. You do that a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Well, I'm just gonna keep flying.
We're almost there. Okay. You fly the rest of the way. A few passing comments about the countryside. See, down there, that's the Red Scale battlefield. And over here, come around. And, okay, you're flying a good distance above the ground. And you're looking down and above a small area of the surrounding trees around the palace. And the palace is very close by, and you are above what looks like a small chateau. So this is my stop. I'm going to wait here for my problem. And
Problem?
I'm going to wait until.
Did you just refer to your charge as a problem?
No, I'm going to wait for my charge to have a problem.
You referred to Danielle as the problem.
I feel like you're trying to find problems with me. I this morning didn't have a particularly strong opinion. I definitely didn't didn't want to have some kind of contentious relationship here. You seem to have arrived with a prejudicial opinion about me, and I don't know what I've done to deserve that.
You referred to your charge as a problem.
I didn't mean it that way. I meant that I'm waiting for my charge to have a problem. That's the problem I'm waiting for. And then I will go to save the day. I'll probably see you later at this ball.
You're coming?
Probably. It's listen. There's only a handful of things that are really happening that are big. This ball seems like a pretty big plot point. This is gonna get meta as shit. By the way, heads up for this campaign. Parts of this are gonna get really fucking meta. It makes sense in the lore of the world.
It does seem like a really good hook.
Precisely. So I'm certain whatever problem Danielle has will be related to that. The prince will certainly be there. He's expected to be there.
Well, I'm gonna go there and do exactly what I was taught at the academy.
Make a deception check.
Yeah. I just want to add, Constance failed the decorum class in fairy godmothering twice. That's a 17 plus.
No,
plus 5, so it's a 22.
You beat me.
Yeah.
Good. Do that, and I hope it all goes well for you.
You too. Fly off.
She descends. Yeah, you're now moving a lot slower without Burrty there to help boost you along. But you do eventually make your way. Are you just going to fly straight into the city, or are you going to go through the front gate?
I am going to politely come down in front of the front gate and be let in. I'm not just going to fly in through a window. It feels...
I mean, you can just.
feels
What I mean is, you
deceitful.
can just go over the walls and head straight to the palace without going through the front gate and having to fly through the whole town. It's completely up to you.
When you say, like, the front gate, like, there's the wall around the... Is there a wall around
So
the
there
town?
is the palace, there is the wall around the palace, then there is the town, then there is the wall around the town.
Okay, I want to fly to the wall in front of the palace.
Cool. Okay.
And that gate.
So you're skipping the town and heading straight to the palace. And he goes,
Yes.
And this palace guard, he goes, hello? Are you here for the ball?
I suppose so. Yes.
You are a little bit early. I've been told...
Well, early's on time.
Quite. Are you... He peers around. Are you with the fairy godmother's people? Or are you just a regular fairy?
Yes, I'm from Glitterwing. No, I'm from Glitterwing.
Okay, well... I don't know what to do in these situations.
Oh, my name is Constance Locke, if you need to write that down.
That happens at the bottom. I'll tell someone. But yeah, I suppose just you can go about your business, Miss Fairy Godmother. Thank you.
Have a magical day. Go inside.
Imagine if the Tooth Fairy just flew up to you in real life.
Yeah. Once she alighted on the ground, Constance's demeanor would have shifted to the mildly... Honestly, from the mildly, I don't know what to say, sassy troublemaker, but the kind of like... I don't know what this is, but that attitude that she had in Glitterwing, she's now very much the, like, the soft, gentle, fairy godmother. Looks very comfortable in the dress because she knows how to make herself look comfortable. Is in reality hating every moment of wearing it.
Cool, and I think from where you are, you probably hear the sounds of some fighting going on near the palace. The sounds of clashing steel.
I'm gonna go towards it.
Okay, Peter, we're gonna rejoin you. And so you've been led up towards the back to the training grounds that are outside the palace by Sir Ernest, and he's put your mettle to the test. Roll initiative for me.
Oh shit. 12.
Guys, first night 20 of the campaign.
Oh shit.
And it wasn't a player.
Sorry. I'd like to roll another d20 actually. Just flat this time.
11.
Cool. Okay. So you've had this guy in the ropes.
Cool.
He is going to... I should change the music. But yeah, so... so you've had this guy in the ropes so far. You've been doing pretty well, and he's going to take a swing at you for once, and that's going to be a 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. So yeah, he goes for
Bring
you
up the
again,
shield.
and you just bat it aside with your shield, and it's your turn.
Brilliant. I'm going to. I imagine that we've got like blunted swords where they're not thingy.
Yeah, you
points.
get some feathers.
Yeah. But yeah, he's going to he's very much in his element. He's going to block with a shield and almost like finesse a spin in the same direction that the force of the blade was hitting, so that he's moved with it. Does a couple of sidestep Muhammad Ali style footwork, and takes a swing with his longsword. But whilst he's doing so, he's like, Kenneth, that was an excellent shot. Just try and hit me next time, yeah?
Thank you, Your Highness. So you were you counter-attacking?
Yeah, so that'd be a 13 to hit, so not great.
13 to hit. He'd be wearing Gambazin, so his dex score that will just not hit.
Cool.
So yeah,
and then as a miss as well. Good dodge.
Thank you, sir. He's like, gets his dukes back up, and he goes for a swing at you again. And that is going to be a 17 to hit.
Nope.
So, yeah. So he's just like, you've really like tired him out with this. He's like covered in bruises from where you've just been tapping him with your blunted sword. And then he goes for a thrust again, and you just spin around, and he just goes clear past your back. Clearly, very much over committing to the thrust, so he just streaks straight past you.
Can I just lift one leg up, and as he's got his back to me, I just want to kick him down to the ground. I just want to like do a little like roll around and
go
just
for
give
it.
him a little,
Make an athletics
little
check.
shove. Pardon?
Athletics check.
Athletics. 19.
Yeah. You just like he overcommitted to the parry. He's already going down. You just give him a swift kick up the backside, and his face down in the dirt.
Kenneth, when are you going to learn? You never turn your back to your opponent.
Thank you, sir. And he just drops both his sword and his shield. And
I'll be good.
he pulls comes up again. You've still got it. Thank you. I'm gonna go get some water.
Go drink up. Get ready for the next one.
Right, the next one. And he picks up his sword and shield again, and he just wanders off, and goes around a corner.
Yeah. Peter at the moment is, I'd say, still in his like traveling leathers that he arrived in.
Mm-hmm.
He is 6'3", pale skinned. He's quite tall, but he's athletic. He's got the physique of a basketball player, I'd say. He's quite long and gangly and athletic. What he's wearing is very, very nice, but it's also well worn. A year ago, it would have been pristine, top of the fashion, but he's only worn that for the last year. Still nice. He's maintained it and looked after it, but he hasn't bought anything new on his travels. Royal blue coat, royal purple, like coat and trimmings, with silver lining to it,
Nice.
with very like creamy leathers. He has completely like cropped hair, very blonde, but he has a very lilac streak of hair that he's dyed it intentionally. Green eyes, and also he has eyebrow slits as well. So he's 19 years old, and he's a little bit like, I don't need to be posh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I'd say, you got like Constance. So are you being a bit sneaky right now?
Sneaky. I am.
Not like actively sneaking around, just like keeping a.
No, I'm just like
a little
I'm
peek.
keeping to the side
Yeah.
and being like, yes. Also, I don't know which one's Peter yet. No one's
You don't.
actually said
No.
his name.
But you would see as you look around, there are some men fighting in the in a little training paddock. A young man dressed as Hex has just described, and an older gentleman and a collection of trainee guards. The older gentleman looks to be of the highest station among these people, other than the man who's the younger man who's currently in the training yard, Hex, Peter rather, who is dressed in finery that is very well used. Like, it was nice.
Wiping sweat off his brow.
Yeah. Yes. Right. And Ernest climbs into the ring. Yes. You sure you're ready for this, boy?
Well, we'll see if those old cogs are working, huh?
We shall. And he assumes a stance. He's got he just wields an arming sword, nothing else. He doesn't have a shield like you do. So it's up to you if you want to keep the shield or not. He won't be using one. So yes, I would like you to roll initiative.
Roll initiative. This die is doing absolutely terribly for me. This is a 2. The dies, they're like quite fancy, and I really like how they look. for the theme of it, but I'm doing terribly with them.
Throw it away until you can bless it.
Yeah, burn that shit. Get rid of it.
That's a 2 on the
right,
initiative.
which means that Sir Ernest Holdsworth is going first. Yeah, so you were expecting him to be a little slower. You think, oh, it's been a year of peacetime. He's an old man. I'll go easy on him, and he springs at you with uncharacteristic speed for a man his age and size. And he's gonna swing at you, and that's a natural 1. So swinging at you with that amount of speed, clearly he is out to prove something to you, and he missteps and trips a little bit, and yeah, and he's gonna make his second attack now. Okay, that is better. That is a 16 to hit, which I still don't think
It still does not hit. He's got a good AC.
So yeah, so he like comes at you and he trips a little bit on his way in, but he quickly recovers and swings around at you. You say you'd gotten rid of the shield.
So not yet, because he's reacted so much quicker than I have. He will be.
Okay, and he swings around at you, and you just spur of the moment, quick bring up your shield and just clangs against it. Just ringing your bell, boy. And
maybe that would have hit. Oh, go
on. Yeah, it's your turn.
Maybe that would have hit if I hadn't cheated. And then he's going to unclip his shield from his forearm. It's not one that you hold onto; it's clipped onto his arm, so it still has like cat fingers. Unclips it and just lets it drop to the floor, and takes like a bit more of a fencing pose with the long sword, and takes the dodge action, ready for him to come at him again.
Okay, what does dodge action do again? I'm a terrible dungeon master.
Disadvantage on attacks.
Disadvantage. Oh, beans. Right. Oh, no, it doesn't hit. Definitely doesn't hit. That dice is going away. So yeah, it's first attack, and he's just swinging at you, and you nimbly are just dodging underneath his sword strikes. And he's doing what he can to hit you.
Is that his full turn?
That's it. He makes his second attack, which also does not hit. Yeah, you are just too quick for him. As he's just swinging after swinging at you. His form is completely fine. And maybe if you were fighting someone less skilled, he'd be doing a good job. But unfortunately, yeah.
Cool. With like taking the blows with my sword, he's going to swing it round over the top of his head, two-handed on the long sword, and bring it down for. Oh my god! Why am I so terrible?
What did you
That's a natural 3, but it's a 8 to hit.
Okay. No, you guys just swinging through each other. This is going to go on for fucking ever.
It fucking is, isn't it? With way I'm rolling, yeah.
Right, okay. And there's nothing else you'd like to do, then it's going to be his turn again.
This fucking prince can't hit the broadside of a barn. Jesus Christ.
Nat 20. There we go.
Oh.
And I'm... Let's just roll the damage. Fuck it. Why not?
Shit.
So that is
I like that these two men are supposedly like the pinnacle of melee
this is
fighting
where
in this kingdom.
This is where the
They're
dice
making
aren't
of
helpful
themselves.
storytellers. 4 double is 8 plus his plus 3 strength would be 11 points of damage on that one.
Very nice.
I wouldn't bother marking it off. This is it's a training match, and then that is a 22 to hit you. Does hit?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Fuck you.
Yep.
And that is a 5 damage total on the second hit. So yeah, he is just swinging around at you, and he's getting frustrated. But he realizes he's getting tilted, and this is a rookie move. And he just gets his stance back, gets back into assuming the same fencing pose you do, and instantly he feints to the left, and as you go to parry him, he brings it around and knocks you on the side of the head with the blunt of the sword.
Yeah.
And then on the second attack, he just doubles down, so off the head, and then hits you on the back of the knee, bringing you down to one knee. Your turn.
Good strike, old man. And he's going to use half of his movement to stand back up, take a two-handed grip on the long sword, and then go for a little bit more of a charging attack where he's changing his form. I'm also changing my form to counteract it and push him. Go for another attack. That's better. 15 plus 5, 20 to hit. Nice. And cool. I'm also going to put a divine smite into it because he just hit me really hard, and I want to hit him really hard back.
Spicy.
Kind of not in trying to just completely wipe him out, but being like, "Fuck you, that hurt."
Okay.
Cool. So, sorry, I haven't done this before. So, is it 2d8 for a divine smite?
Yes. It's 2d8 and then a d8 for every spell level above first.
Yeah, I haven't got anything more than that. Cool. So, d10 for the... And I'm rolling shit though, however. 10, 13... 13 plus 3, 16 points of damage.
16, yeah, you, so, like, reacting to this, you just get back up on your feet and, knock his sword aside and bring it back down, striking him clean on, right on his, the shoulder of his breastplate. Blunted swords again, no problem. So, he just, the strength of the blow brings him down, and then you, just push that divine energy, the power you draw from your promise to protect these people of this kingdom, and you just push him down onto one knee himself, and so he's gonna try and swing back at you.
Cool. Using a divine smite takes a spell slot, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
And then he is going to that's gonna be a 18 to hit.
18 hits without the sword, without the shield.
Cool. And that is a 9 damage, and then that doesn't hit. Okay, so he does 9 damage to you. Getting back up off his knee, and with an up swing, and just catching you on your chin with the blunt of the sword. Just properly. That's gonna leave a bruise.
Yeah.
Your turn.
That is very close to wiping me out entirely. I want to smile through it, spit out a little bit of blood. You're right. And then take another go, take another swing. It's not backing down. Nat one. That is the second D20 I'm putting in the bin.
God damn.
Okay.
Yep.
Nope. Not one. So yeah, you guys like you just
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
this has also done nat 20s for me. It's earned a nat 1. Okay.
Immy is just watching two men flail about with swords, either nat 20ing or missing.
No, this is like the fact that they are kind of the same level. Like the fight is solid. It's just that they are very evenly matched.
Yeah.
That's valid and fair.
And so he comes back up at you, and you just reeling from that hit, staggering backwards, and you just like relying less on what you can see and more just on the basics of your footwork, just moving backwards. And he can't land a hit on you. You got one more chance.
One more chance. I'm bringing out Jason's die, so hopefully we can do a little bit better.
Get the juju.
Calling back to the old campaign.
That's a lot better. 17 plus 5 is 22 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And I'm going to put another smite into this.
Okay.
Because I want to win. And I'm going to have no spell slots for anything that happens later on. Right. That's again terribly. 13 points of damage.
Yeah, and with that plus your last attack, so you on the back foot, you plant yourself. He's still coming at you, and you just catch him, taking him down to his feet, and striking him with the pommel, pushing again that divine energy into him, and he just taps the ground. That's quite enough for me.
How you doing? He's going to drop his sword and lend a hand.
How am I doing?
You nearly had me for a moment.
Yep, I'm gonna get this off. And he's like unbuckles his breastplate and lets it fall to the ground, and it's rubbing where you can already see where you got him on that pommel. There's a bruise forming. You just got him on the inside of the breastplate, and yeah, there's a bruise forming around his collarbone. Well fought.
What can I say? I had a good teacher.
I can't believe you haven't fought anyone in a year.
Well, only dung beetles and lifting timber.
Well, I'm glad you haven't lost your edge. Well, I think we should be getting ready.
For sure, I think certainly need to freshen up. You put up a tougher fight than Keith did, for sure. Kenneth did.
Well, he's only young. I'm sure they'll need to see you inside. You've got to prepare the prince to be presented.
Yes, I suppose so.
Just do your best to get through tonight.
Smile and wave.
Smile and wave. And there'll be alcohol and food. I'm sure there'll be something there for you to enjoy.
Yes. And where will I find you for a drink?
Well, I'm with your brother indisposed with his royal duties. I'm in charge of the guard tonight.
Alright. I'll try not to get them too drunk.
You'll catch me in my unused, glittery ceremonial plate mail with my feathery hat.
Sight to behold, sight of mist. I got you this whilst I was on my travels. Hopefully it might be of some use tonight. And from his satchel he pulls like a little decanter that he's purchased somewhere. It's quite nice, but it's like a little like a whiskey flask. Discreet.
It certainly will. Thank you.
Are we being watched?
Let me stealth check. If you want to. Unless you're making yourself obvious.
I'm not hiding in the shadows. I'm just not entering the scene, if that makes. I'll roll a stealth check.
Could someone look around normally without necessarily looking for you and see you?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
To be fair, actually, my passive perception's 9. So
make me a perception check.
Do you have negative wisdom and dex?
Oh yeah.
I love you, Hex. I love you so much. That's 2 major campaigns in a row. You're starting with a very important negative stat.
At least it's not con this time.
Yeah.
I'm not bailing you out of wisdom and dex like I did with constitution.
6 on the perception check.
I'm gonna roll for
Do you want me to do
as well. I mean, sometimes people like to come watch. It's not out of the ordinary. No?
I suppose so.
I'm also very obviously watching the fight.
Yeah.
I'm looking almost directly at
people
them.
like to come watch. If you want to be seen, you can be obvious about it. Yes. Hello. Dennis waves at you. Enjoy the show.
I think you have a fan, Sir Holdsworth.
Oh well, you know me. Have to beat the ladies off with a stick.
You both fought very well. It was entertaining.
Well, not my proudest moment, but Sir Holdsworth here certainly had me on my toes.
And you had me on my back. Ow.
You're both very evenly matched. Has he said Peter's name at any point?
He said Prince.
Okay. But
Are you here for the ball, my lady?
Yes.
Ah, so you have something to ask of the king?
No.
Okay.
I just I like balls. They're fun to attend.
Insight check.
Mhm.
Deception check.
Fuck.
10.
So that's a 7.
Okay.
These are 2 charisma-based people. What are your totals? Was there total 7?
7.
Total
Total of
10.
7.
Yeah.
There's something not quite right about what she's saying.
Okay. Fair enough. A lot of people do enjoy balls. I would have thought that most would have something to ask for.
I have most things I need. All no, I do have something I need. Anyway, it's not something I can ask. No, I can ask the king for that. Bit weird. But yeah, sorry, I'm so in my own head right now.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for someone at the ball. That's all.
Okay. Well, it will be a festive sight to behold, I'm sure. A lot of the time, these things have a tradition to go somewhat sideways, but alas, we shall enjoy the night and be merry.
Okay.
I hope you find who you're looking for.
Yes, I'm looking for Prince Peter Charming.
You sure you don't? Prince Charming you're looking for?
No, Peter Charming.
Peter Charming? Oh, well,
Yes,
that is I.
specifically Peter.
How can I help? It's not normally that people come looking for me in the castle.
It's you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ah. This was so much easier than I thought it was going to be.
How can I help? You need training with your sword arm.
Oh no, my sword arm's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Aaron, stop.
It was
no,
strong.
Actually, there's nothing you can help me with. So.
Okay. So you were looking for me, but I. Why are you looking for me?
Oh.
Both of these characters'
Constance.
highest stat is charisma.
We're evenly matched. It's working.
Remember, charisma
Constance
does
is
not
trying-
mean likable.
Yeah, Constance is trying to remember the whatever the fuck it was called, the top 5 rules on first encountering your godmothering assignment, and is just drawing a blank, and is just like, I did roll an intelligence check for this. Is Sir Thingy still standing there?
I think so. So Holdsworth is just seeing you two kind of talking. You know, he's Peter's father figure, so he's talking to a girl. I'll make myself guess.
I'm Constance.
Pleasure to
I
meet you,
realised
Constance. I'm Peter.
I hadn't said my name. I'm Constance Locke. Do I need a title? I don't know what my title is.
Do you have a title? Are you the wings? Are you a fairy godmother?
You won't have seen the wings.
Oh, I won't. Okay.
They're tiny.
No worries.
You cannot see them from the front. Yes, I have a title.
Okay. You don't have to tell me. I was just training. I was going to prepare for the ball.
Oh yeah, that's in an hour.
Yeah, it's getting pretty. I mean, the sun is setting.
You know what? Now that I know who you are,
yep,
we're all good, and I'll just see you at some point later this evening.
We are all good. Okay. Quite peculiar
Yeah.
that someone approaches first
So I
me
wasn't
for some
meaning
reason.
to find you. I just heard the fighting and I wanted to come and check it out because I quite like fights. I wasn't
Okay.
actually expecting to meet you. This has thrown me very off course. This is not how
Yeah.
I thought it was going to go.
I'm sure you come to a palace to look for a prince and find a prince. I'm sure it is very not what you expected at all.
I was literally given no expectations of this.
Well, perhaps if you would care to accompany me to the ball, we can grab some drinks, and you can help out whatever you need to help out.
That is not the one. Sure.
That's not what I was proposing at all. You said you was going to the ball, and
No, I'm just saying
you
it's
were looking
it's
for
not,
me.
I'm just saying it's I don't have anyone to go to the ball with. I'm here on my
Okay.
own. I was looking for you, so let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get changed because I'm sweaty.
I'll just meet you in there actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to meet you, Constance.
Yep. Good to
Uh,
meet you too.
He's just gonna like walk backwards and then like realize he has to turn around, and then turns around.
Just gonna.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just gonna wave to Sir. Let's go. And then as I turn around, he would see my fairy wings and realize kind of what I am. Also,
Okay.
the wand strapped to my arm.
yeah, fairies are a thing. You don't have to be a fairy goblin to have wings. So yeah, you can draw what conclusions you want from the fact that you now know Constance has wings.
Well, Peter would have turned around.
Peter turned around
Okay,
first.
yeah.
This is thingy.
whole-
Bob.
Is
I
this gonna
can't
be
remember
one of
his
those
name, he told
recurring
me.
bits where it's like how many days until Peter realizes she's a fucking fairy?
Yeah.
Right.
This is what it's turning into.
So, the evening arrives as the sun begins to set, and people begin to filter up to the royal ball. The gates are flung wide as anyone and everyone is allowed in to the palace proper, and that is where we're going to go to our break. Because I realize it's time for us to do that. We will be back at I won't be pedantic and give us a solid 15. I'm gonna say we'll be back at 9:45 the hour. That's 9:45 UK time. And yes, join us back then for the next installment of this adventure. I hope you've enjoyed the start. And everyone's here for 10
Oh, yeah.
See
minutes.
you later. See you soon. Go get a drink of water. Stretch.
Hello and welcome back to the show is a mimic once upon a table.
What?
What?
Oh, I already hate that so much.
That's gonna be a
Oh,
new thing.
Curse of Strahd had such a cool thing. Yeah, that was so much better.
Well, what do you want us to do for once upon a table? Once upon a
Once upon a
table.
Let's face it.
No, I want you to make the sound like you were a bug that's been squashed and all your guts are coming out your mouth. It's just
Guys, trigger warning for vomit noises.
Oh, so sorry. So sorry. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yikes.
When we left off, the king has called a royal ball, and all of our assembled adventurers. We have Constance, Locke, the fairy godmother in training. We have Peter Charming, the younger middle of the three charming brothers. Theodore, an awakened fox who used to be a cousin. Taiyari, the mountain turned into a humanoid warrior. And Bina, the little matchstick girl. With her everlasting candle. Yes, we just arrived at the palace. Those of you that weren't already there, as the sun goes down and the gates open to allow everyone entry. So, where's Constance been? In the time you left Peter, because Peter had to go and get ready.
Constance would have just kind of like gone into the palace, into whatever like waiting room, into whatever room I'm allowed to go into. Reception room. Yeah, I've just gone like chilled in one reception rooms.
Okay.
You've been
like
a
that
tour,
person that's like
trying-
awkwardly standing around while other people are still like bringing tables in and putting food out, and you're just kind of waiting there for the party to start. Someone who arrived too early.
DJ's doing like sound checks.
I go around and like I look at the
Band's tuning up.
artwork in the castle, and I like look at all the suits of armor, and I check where all the guards in the room are.
So,
and shit like that.
something of interest. So once you've entered the palace and you look around, some of the guards in this place aren't people. They are Clockwork Soldiers, basically. They have that kind of nutcracker look. If you know what it means. And
They're
I'd
scary
say
as hell.
make me a history check, Constance.
I feel like history. That's a 15.
15. Okay, so you would know that the Kingdom of Tail has in its employ a royal tinkerer named Geppetto, who is famous for creating a sentient puppet. After he did this, he was employed by the king to create a army of slightly less sentient puppets to serve as a kind of standing guard. They aren't very intelligent. They're not good in war, but they are perfectly good at as just kind of automated security. So
How tall are they?
they are about they're about 6'5". They're tall.
That's worse actually. I think
Yeah,
I
They are
was expecting
large.
them to
They
be
are
like
in-
4 foot.
They are enormous nutcrackers.
Okay. Yeah, because Constance is a solid 5'9".
Mm-hmm.
So
They have what you know aesthetically to be muskets, but they look like the musket is carved in the shape of a musket, but it's completely wood and it has a dagger at the end, so it's functionally a spear, but it looks like a musket with a bayonet on the end.
That's
Hate
not
that.
horrifying at all.
Yeah.
man. Fuck that.
just gonna smile at them and walk past and just hello.
Nothing. Don't react.
It's just this.
If you didn't know, they could be statues.
Mhm.
But they have stark contrast to the actual statues and suits of armor that just
Yeah,
decorate.
but yeah. Overall, I am scoping the area because I know something is happening
Mhm.
in regards to Peter and the ball, and I just want to be really clued in to like what's
Okay.
going on.
I'd say you could probably like make your way into the dance floor if no one's trying to like stop you. You look the part. You're wearing a very nice dress. You've got a little circlet. You look the image of nobility. And once people see your wings, they know to kind of not their business. So
I also have a.
Yes, they see the hallmarks.
My arm.
They see the hallmarks of a fairy godmother, and they know they should just keep their distance and let you go about your business. And so you can make your way into the dance floor. The dance floor is a enormous. What's the bloody measurements? I think it's 80 feet. Yeah, it's 80 feet wide, and it is about. It's about 100 feet deep. Maybe a little bit more. It's a very it's an enormous hall. About 1/3 of the way down, there is a large red circle that is embossed with this blue metal, and the actual red circle as you approach, you see it's got slight ridges, but it's been topped with glass to make the surface sheer. And when you look at it, you see these are scales. This entire circle, this dance floor, is made out of red scales.
It's the dragon that they killed last year, isn't it?
It looks like the dance floor has been assembled out of the harvested remains of the red dragon. It's very beautifully crafted. And very ornate. Yeah, and you see there are long tables with food on. Yeah, it's very pretty. There are long tables with lots of food on. You know, the staple of Tail is beans, because of the giant beanstalk that nourishes a lot of the kingdom. However, it looks like they've done away with that for today. They've got pastries, they've got pies, they've got all kinds of manners of food: cakes, fruits, meats. Everything you could wish for, and yeah, there are just staff going around making sure all the food is set up and is enough for the masses of people that are about to come in.
I'm just gonna.
You're just gonna wait
keep
there?
out of the way, but just wait.
Okay. Yeah, very large, tall, vaulted ceiling, about 30 feet up. Okay, outside. As the sun sets, the doors open, and the assembled group of Taiyari, Theodore, and Bina, you are able to enter. As the gates swing open, and there is a fanfare of trumpets.
So
Whoa!
loud.
Oh.
That was loud.
Well, this seems to be the place.
His Royal Highness the King welcomes you to the Royal Palace.
Thank you!
Thank you so much!
Where I come from, kings did not used to require so much fanfare.
We still have not covered where you're from, but we can talk about that later. You gave me the short version.
I will give you the long version.
Yay.
Let us continue inside. Theodore, would you like to stay above the crowd, or would you like to descend the mountain?
I think I will descend the mountain and enter in and just, I want to make a good impression.
Here you are, my friend.
And I will
Thank
drop
you.
you to the ground.
Okay. How do I look? Just looks at both of you.
Very handsome.
You look so spiffy.
Ah,
You are
thank you.
by far the best looking fox I've ever seen.
Whoa, that is high praise. I was lost in the woods with a bunch of them, so that means a lot. Oh, okay. Oh, let's do this.
Let
All
us
right.
continue.
Nobody panic. I will lead us into the castle without getting lost. This way. Right? It's this way?
Yes, it is that way.
Okay, this way.
Yeah.
And we continue inward towards the castle.
So you head in along with the enormous crowd of people, all dressed in their best. The best varies from person to person, as there's mixed assortment of gentry, nobility, and peasantry here. You see there are a few people that look to have come from other kingdoms. There's a few knights of Camelot around the place. You all make your way into the dance floor, seeing this enormous hall and this lavish dance floor at the center, with these enormous arrays of food. And at the forgot to mention this earlier, just past the dance floor, there is a podium upon which lie 2 thrones. A large stone one embossed with gold, and a kind of bronze-looking one that looks a little more understated. The grey and gold one that has these enormous wings, almost reminiscent of a fairy's wings. And yeah, you can make your assumptions that is there for the king and queen to hear the petitions of each person. Peter, so you've been dressed in your finery, and the gates have been opened. You can hear in the distance there's the bustle of people headed in. But you've been seen to by the royal clothier. You've been put into a some clothing that's just a little too tight. Clearly they had your measurements from before you left, and you've put on a little bit of muscle in a few places since then. So yeah, it's a little uncomfortable, as much as you're comfortable in this kind of clothing anyway. And you are shown into a antechamber outside the main hall, where assembled are the royal family that live within the castle. So you have your father, King Charming, who is dressed in his usual, slightly more ornate for the occasion attire of purple and gold with the purple cape. He has his large crown encrusted with jewels, his long grey hair and thick grey beard, and he looks to you with recognition. Warmth might not be the strongest thing, but your father's always been a distant person. At his side stands his new wife, or his wife of just over 5 years, Queen Eleanor. Holding onto her hand is the youngest prince, Prince Immy, your half-brother. And with him, playing a little game with him is your sister, your full sister, Briar Rose. And those are the assembled royals. Prince Charming, Prince Avenant Charming, not anywhere to be seen as of yet.
Just under his breath is smile and wave, and he is going to approach his family, bows very, very deeply, draws his sword and takes a knee and holds his sword up towards his father. Your Grace.
He steps forward and puts a hand on your shoulder and goes, "You can rise, my boy."
The roads have been kind on my return journey. How fares the kingdom? How fares our family?
The kingdom fares well. We've had a year of uninterrupted peace since we were successful in battle against the evil queen. And
it's good news. We have my brother to thank for that.
Quite. Yeah, he's just man of few words. But you see, who leans down to take your hand and raise you up is Queen Eleanor. He goes, "Peter, it's so wonderful to have you home."
Your Grace, it's good to be home.
We hadn't heard any word from you. We weren't even certain you were even coming. I'm so happy you're here.
I wouldn't miss it.
Well, you'll have to regale us all with your tales. I'm sure Emir would love to hear.
My tales are quiet and unspectacular. I have just assisted our people with rebuilding efforts across the country.
A worthy goal. It's just so lovely to have you back. And as she like nods and you move on, Briar Rose just tackles you with a hug. And he goes, "You left me here too long."
Buttercup, how are you? And he's gonna like ruffle her hair. Good to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
And he's gonna like get down on like a knee, so he's like her height as well.
She's 15.
It's...
I want to be clear.
Oh,
on
okay,
that.
yeah, no, don't scrap that. Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm not that tall.
Yeah, she's almost a woman grown.
Yeah.
Physically, in terms of height.
How are the fingers? No spinning weed needles yet? No.
Not yet. As Steve looks down, she's wearing a thimble on every finger.
Well, I see you've taken the precautions.
Well, at events like these, father insists. She's like tapping her fingers, just. I don't know where. Have you seen Avenant yet?
I haven't. I've been back to the castle not merely a couple hours. So Holdsworth was just making sure I was still up to form. But no, I have not seen Avenant.
Well, he was out for a hunt today. I'm sure he must be back by now. Well, I'm sure he'll make himself known at some point. Ready for the adoring fans?
Yes, I suppose we must crack on with the formalities.
Well, I'm sure everyone's on tenterhooks for Avenant's theatrics today.
Well, yes.
Yes, well, okay. And as you do that, as two doors swing open and in charges Avenant Charming, known to most as the Prince Charming. He is wearing fine leather, like a leather coat, and slung over his shoulder is a pretty sizable boar, who he is just one arm carrying. And he goes, "Sorry I'm late, Father. Gave us a little bit of a problem, but I think it's fine. I'll just take this down to the cooks and we can all enjoy it for dinner tonight." "Is that my baby brother?" And he drops the boar on the ground with a solid thunk. And he goes, "Peter, come here."
My lord. And he approaches. Notably, he has bowed to every one of his family members. He doesn't bow to Avenant, but just approaches. "My lord."
Yeah, and he comes over and he pulls you in for a hug as well. It gets a bit of blood on your on your nice finery.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where it's like he's a bit
very straight
noticeably,
arms.
yeah, he's a bit stronger than you. It's one of those times where you get hugged where you don't really want it, but they're stronger than you, so they kind of strong arm you into the hug. And yeah, he just like gives you a solid pat on the back that hurts just a tiny little bit. And he goes, "Well, finally come back from seeing the world, have you?"
Well, the world needed to be seen.
As well, of any adventures you can tell us about? What any monsters you've slain?
Not quite as spectacular as yours, brother, I'm sure.
You've got time. His voice has changed.
Yeah.
Rupert Everett.
Not the first beast you've slain of late. As he nods towards the ball.
Well, you know, someone had to get the food for tonight. This is the centerpiece.
I think the dance floor is the centerpiece.
Quite. Well, that one was Father's idea. A bit of a, symbolic gesture.
Well, we are here in celebration of your great deeds. It's good to see you.
We were all there that day. All doing our bit. But, I mean, I was the one that slayed the dragon, but it's not just by the by.
He's trying to just pure intentional composure that is cracking of irritation massively at the someone had to slay the dragon. He's just gonna try to hide it but roll his eyes massively.
Hector, take this down to the cooks. I'm going to get ready for the ball. And he charges off to go and get dressed and leaves you all kind of there in a bit of awkward silence.
Are we preparing to welcome our guests, Father?
Yes, once Avenant has joined us, we'll all go in and we'll all be announced, and then we will address the people.
I'm gonna go stand with my
Are
sister.
they in the ballroom yet?
No, they're in a little antechamber.
Okay.
Just very, like, completely to one side. They look like the perfect family, if you were to look at them, and then he is just very much a little bit more distance than the rest of them, but is on
All lined up like they're posing for a portrait.
Yeah.
And
But the portrait wouldn't have been.
With after a little bit of time with that pregnant pausing, the doors swing open again. Avenant charges back in, dressed to the nines, and ready for the ball, wearing his princely crown, as the heir to the throne. He goes, right, let's get this started. And the manservants open the doors, and your father leads the way into the ballroom. And there is a fanfare of trumpets as
This is the worst bit.
The Royal Highness, King Charming, defender of the Kingdom of Tale, and keeper of the peace by appointment of the narrator. Her Grace, the Royal Highness, Queen Eleanor. His Highness, Crowned Prince Avenant Charming, heir to the throne of Tale, leader of the royal armies, slayer of the mighty Red Scale. There's an enormous cheer among the crowd. His Highness, Prince Peter Charming, commander of the Second Army. And there's another just... Woo! Woo! Her Highness, Princess Briar Rose Charming. Finally presented for the first time, His Highness Prince Immy Charming. And another cheer. Immy, this lovely tiny little 5-year-old boy. He's holding a little wooden sword that apparently they couldn't take off him for the event. And otherwise dressed very nicely. He has a tiny little circlet. And shortly after he's announced, a female servant comes over, takes him there by the hand, and leads him away from the party to bed, as it is past his bedtime. And yes, the royal family steps into the room. The king and queen taking their place on the thrones, and Avenant strutting out into the dance floor to start making conversation with people. As a few people start forming a crowd around Avenant to try and have a conversation with him.
I lean over to Theodore and Bina.
I've always hated people who get by on the merits of others.
Maybe he has a great personality?
Did you see the way he walks? Chest out, head swollen.
He's
Reminds
talking
me of
about that
another
guy.
warrior. Yes. Who did you think I was speaking of?
I don't know. You said merits of others. Isn't he the one that killed the big red thing?
No one kills a dragon on their own. I guarantee at least a dozen men laid down their lives.
You know, as morbid as that sounds, it definitely makes sense. And now I'm not sure I like that guy.
Maybe,
But
like, maybe this is just a public persona and he has a really nice private persona.
no, the one that interests me,
And he kind of like looks back up on stage to where everyone else is.
the younger prince. That one seems quiet. I like him.
Should we go and say hi and introduce ourselves?
Are we allowed to approach the royalty?
I have
Where I'm
never
from,
come-
you do not approach the royalty, or you you know what I mean.
I was the one who did the cook where I come from, so
Oh!
I understand these rules.
You know what? I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna go say hi. I'm just gonna go say hi. I'm sure he's really nice.
Sounds
And
great.
just gonna scuttle off in direction of Peter.
We're gonna slowly follow. Unless Bina has other plans. Bina, what are you thinking?
No, Bina is like, Theodore, I'm coming! Wait!
Peter has absolutely zero intention of standing up on the stage next to his father and stepmother, and is just gonna descend and beeline towards the buffet table. I'm assuming if is there like a table with food and drink.
Many.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
roll a
Many.
dexterity check to see if I accidentally bump into a specific fairy on our way over as well. I roll less than a 10, I think.
I was gonna say Constance was fairly near the edges of the room, and as soon as she saw Peter break off, kind of also beeline.
So all of us together for other reasons are grouping. This isn't even a derived plot. This is just what's happening.
Walking past the waiter and just takes a glass of champagne. Ah, Constance.
You did promise me a drink.
I did. One for Milady and one for myself, and he's just going to take a very long swig of it. Yes, not a fan of the formal side. Is that a fox?
Hello.
Oh my goodness, it talks.
Well, that's what would you assume that?
Hello.
I
Yeah,
think
but
that's fairly normal, actually.
This is
Hello.
marvelous.
Oh well, thank you. Hello. I don't know how to do this. Just kind of stands and then crouches and then goes back up because I don't know how to bow. Just like,
No,
Okay.
please do not never ever about this fucking ridiculous. I'm just a normal guy, honestly.
Meanwhile,
would you like a drink?
Bina is like, you see Bina look up, she's like bent all the way over, like,
I imagine
oh.
when Theodore bows, it's like when a dog stretches.
he said, like, yeah, that'd be great. This is Bina and Taiyari. They're my friends.
Hi, and you are.
I am
stone.
5'8". I am short as shit.
You are sentient stone.
That is a way to begin a conversation.
That is
I'm not-
phenomenal.
I'm made of rocks.
Do you drink?
Cool. I drink, correct.
Absolutely. And he's gonna like clap and like look for some drinks and just get everyone a glass of champagne.
Theodore dragged us over because he wished to speak with the prince.
Oh, I just wanted to say hi. Taiyari said you looked interesting, and I was like, cool, let's go over and talk. You have wings, and that's wow.
Wait, you have wings? And he's just clocking them for the first time.
Yes.
They work.
Yes.
Theodore, I'm not sure you can just ask people if their wings work. That might.
I'm just gonna
know.
flap them a few times just for Theodore's benefit. Just
They're the prettiest thing I've ever seen. I wish I had hands so I could draw.
I can. Well, I'm not very. I might be. Hang on a minute. And she just draws the worst drawing of your wings on the entire planet. It's so bad. I think I got it.
That is the most beautiful piece of artwork I've ever seen. I will follow you to the ends of the earth.
Same.
Ah, this is nice. I'm glad we're having this talk.
So you're a prince?
By title, yes, I suppose so. I am. But I don't know. I'm just a normal guy, honestly. I'd rather not be here.
So
kind
you
of.
don't like it?
I'd kind of have to be here for appearances, that sort of thing. I like your candle. What brings you all to the ball?
Your dad.
The
Yeah.
same thing that brings everyone.
So you all have requests to be made?
Uh-huh.
Right. Nice. Well, hopefully my father can. I don't know. I'll give him some friendly words, saying that I've had a chat with you guys, and you seem like lovely people. I don't hold any sway whatsoever, but if I could try, I certainly will.
I did not assume so, but I always wish to approach things in a straightforward and efficient manner. So I simply came to ask if there was anything that made your father's ear bend a bit farther.
DM, is there anything that I would be aware of?
Not things that will bring good words, things that will bring good renown.
Yeah.
Things that will make a good story. Little trinkets, like knickknacks, like we'd love a year's supply of bread. No one need, it's not gonna make him excited.
Yeah. My father is for as stony as a man. No pun intended, sir.
There's like a cracking noise, and it's very confusing for a second, and then you realize that's just him laughing.
He is as equally there for the theatrics as my brother. My brother is just slightly more outward about it, but my father relishes in the way people talk.
Perhaps true love is enough for him then. I would hope.
You have a true love, good sir.
Yes, sir.
And where is your true love?
Far to the south, where I cannot reach her. I shall be making a full request later, and perhaps,
And then looking over at Bina.
perhaps you will hear the long version of the story.
I have been waiting.
Oh,
But also, there are a great many interesting people. As for my friend Theodore, or my new companion Bina, or this fairy that I've not yet introduced myself to.
And he turns and offers you a hand, Constance.
I am Taiyari.
Constance.
Pleasant.
I'm here with Peter.
I'm here on spontaneous holiday.
well,
Well,
go ahead.
no, I was just wondering. You have wings and are a fairy and are with the prince. So are you a fairy princess?
No, I'm not a princess.
Oh, just a fairy.
I'm just...
That's
Yes.
actually very good point. You approached earlier. I didn't notice you had wings at all. Was you hiding them?
Well,
That's some
that's
sort
on
of, like,
you for not
magic
being
thing.
observant.
Oh,
Well,
Oh.
I suppose so. I did just have my ass handed to me by a pensioner, so.
And
Oh.
just fairy.
Never mind.
No, yeah, I'm confused. Oh.
No, I just don't know how you hand an ass.
Oh,
someone.
like metaphorically speaking again.
Also
I'm sorry.
It's a figure
Oh.
of speech.
Yeah,
Okay,
not,
that makes
not
way more
really.
sense.
Yes.
I am still
I
accustomed
haven't
to the
introduced
slang
myself
of
to the
this
two of you.
land.
I'm Constance.
Constance.
2 out of
Bina.
5 people in this party get idioms. This is gonna be exhausting.
Unfortunately, I don't know whether to like shake Theodore's hand or just.
Oh, hang on. I have a solution for this. I cast Mage Hand.
Shut up!
What
That is
does
brilliant.
Theodore casting a spell look like? Because Mage Hand has somatic components, so how does that look?
Okay. I'm gonna say Theodore casting a thing. He kind of crouches, does a full body shake, and it kind of shimmers off of him, and then just a little hand rises up out of the shimmering and just reaches forward to this golden hand.
Ghostly.
Theodore is the
golden
goodest
hands.
boy.
It's nice to meet you.
A
If you-
pleasure.
If you ever need anything, let me know.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Oh, well, this has been a great day, Taiyari. We got outfits, we got offered a match, we got directions, and now we have we're very friend, and we met the prince. What a good day this is.
I am glad we have done so many good things, though I could have done without this garish costume.
I think you look great.
It's certainly summer fashion for sure.
I was
It's-
told this is the traditional garb of your land.
It's lovely. It's very, very nice.
Where did you get that from?
The mouse shop down the street.
Take a right, big street, mouse sign.
Perfect.
Okay.
Bina is my favorite person.
It's very nice.
I would have preferred the leathers of my homeland, but they are impolite to the present company. I have been informed they reveal too much skin.
Forgive me, sir. Where is your homeland?
I come from the Great Usa forests to the south.
What would I know anything of the Great Usa Forest?
Make me a history check, I guess. Yeah.
History.
DC 13.
That's cocked. Cool. DC
13.
13. Yeah, 17.
Yeah, the Great Usa Forests. They are an enormous forest a little ways south of. So it's if you keep going south and cross some water, you get to the Great Usa Forest. Not too far. It is connected by the mainland with its long, circuitous route through Camelot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an enormous forest. There is an active volcano there, and an enormous river, and a few small mountain ranges.
I can't say that I've ever been myself.
I would
Traveled.
not imagine so. It is a long, out-of-the-way journey. Perhaps a ferry might fly there one day, though.
And I nod my head over to Constance.
Maybe one day. I don't know where my life will take me. We shall see.
Well, how long until we begin presenting our requests?
Oh, you can get in the queue now.
Oh, there's a queue now?
Is that Q?
As
You?
soon as they sat down, people started approaching. Sorry, I should have mentioned that.
Oh, okay.
Holy moly! Look at
I'm
the
sorry.
line!
Yeah, Hex and I
It's-
should have immediately
not-
queued because of British people in a queue. If we see a queue, we're like, be like.
It's not like
the
the most enormous thing. Like people are queuing up in group in like 5, and then like because people don't see the point in getting in a queue when it's that if it's super long. So people are taking time to enjoy the party and making their way over because they've got all night. So people are taking the chance to talk to Prince Charming while he's still lively.
Yeah.
Well, as someone who believes in a straightforward approach, Taiyari would go,
I apologize. I have just realized that there is some form of a line being created. I will go queue. If the rest of you would like to converse, you may join me in a few moments.
essentially he's like offering to go ahead of everybody and hold the spot in line for everybody else.
Oh no, I'll go with you.
Yeah, we'll all go. You guys have requests. Do you have requests?
I don't have a request, no.
No, neither do I. But if you guys are hungry and want to go wait in the line, I can go sort out like getting you food, and bring it to you in the queue if you'd like. Because I was just going to get myself a little bit of dinner. I haven't eaten yet.
That'd be so great. We've been on the road for a while and we've just had like berries and fermented goat's milk for a really long time. So
Fucking damn it.
I was done with this bit after Curse of Strahd, Val. I don't need this put in my face again.
we're never done, Aaron.
I'm done with the fermented goat's milk. It's done.
Never be done.
I'm gonna say one thing I never thought I'd
tried.
be doing in D&D is organising queuing.
I had always said that the goat's milk was not for me, but the fox seems to enjoy it.
Well, I think we have like calamari, scallops, lobster. I think my brother called a boar earlier, so that should be roasted and
That
being
is the
done.
only word you've said I am familiar with.
Which
I
one?
only understood boar.
I
Boar.
don't-
I normally eat bread.
Okay, I'm sure there's lots of different kinds of bread, like pita, baguette, ciabatta. There's like lots of what kind of breads would you like?
Did you say?
Bread.
I also call that Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah, no, so did I.
Ciabatta.
Yeah.
Did you Google bread? Were you reading a list? Were you reading a list of bread?
Ciabatta.
I love you, Hex. I love you so much.
Naan.
Jesus fuck.
Well, why don't I get the food? Actually, Bina, I'll get you some like soup and just whatever bread is there. Theo, I'm sure you'll enjoy some nuts.
Oh, I don't know if I can eat those. I mean, yes, nuts.
Yes,
Good.
get some nuts.
Good.
And then Taiyari, what would you like? And you can all go queue and we can.
I would just take whatever form of meat or vegetable is available. Bread, as processed as it is, does not agree with me. The shopkeeper said something about a man named Glue 10. I do not know.
Gluten. Are you
I
gluten
will-
intolerant? Because it's sweeping the kingdom right now.
Is that what that means? Is that an ingredient that I can ask be removed?
I mean, honestly, I don't know what it is. I just know that a lot of people can't have it.
That is
Okay.
as much as
Scourge
I
of
was
the kingdom.
told. Is the man named Glue 10 had stopped me from eating bread.
Oh. I will just go find meat and veg for you,
Thank you.
and we can move this on
Please.
You know,
Well,
to the next chapter
like
of this evening.
as you guys are talking about food and like you offered to go get Bina food, Bina is like really hard trying not like you see like the tears in her eyes, trying so hard not to cry, and she's just like, no one's ever offered me soup before. You guys are so kind. I've only been here 10 minutes and you guys are already so nice.
Okay.
that's a lot.
And he just walks away.
Do you want to go queue then? Okay. Just gonna.
Okay. No, I'll get it together, I promise. It's just
No, you-
rare, that people are kind and nice. Usually on the road, people just ignore you or shove you around, and you guys are just so kind. Thank you.
I'm gonna go get food, avoiding the people I want to avoid, because I definitely clocked them.
You go off to get food, and then there are a pair of knights stood at one of the table, and you immediately change and go for a different table.
Yep.
Are we going to get food together? Imagine, right?
Sure, if you want to go with
Am I noticing this 90-degree turn in
Just the full.
You saw she was going for a table, and then you saw she just immediately 90-degree turned to a different table. You don't know what she saw that spooked her.
Okay, and I'm also just going to do the 90-degree turn and like almost like on the marching grid where he just stops and then like spins and carries on.
Okay, and the rest of you go and get food. Unless Peter would like to ask Constance about that little altercation, in which case
we'll get there.
Okay, so you guys queue up. Food is brought to you from the pair, and you stand in line for a little bit. It doesn't take too long before you are presented to the king. So there's a guard in front who's like letting one person pass at a time. That person in front of you goes forward, kneels down, and makes their request. Lots of simple requests, like they would like grain from the stores to sow their field for the year because they've had a particularly difficult year. Things like that. Lots of mundane requests from things like the peasantry. Like for some of the gentry, like asking for meetings with other dignitaries from foreign lands. Lots of stuff that you're just not really interested in. And whoever's going first can go. Constance.
I defer to the other two.
Clarifying question before we get into this. Were we searched for weapons before we came in? Because I feel like one of the guards mentioned that. Okay.
No one mentioned that your weapons would be taken off you. If you have weapons, you were allowed to bring them in.
Okay.
Taiyari's definitely noticed this at this point. Is very mad that he left his fucking his bow and arrows and everything all back at the tavern. I assume we left them at the tavern in our room because I feel like we didn't just get to town. But as for the queue, I defer to the other two.
This is just a slight nitpick, but there aren't rooms at the tavern. There are rooms at the inn. The inn is called the Boot, and it's in the shape of a giant shoe. Anyway.
I'm here for it. We definitely slept in the heel. But I defer to the other two. I'm very willing to go last in terms of order.
I just stand next to Peter, a little outside of the queue, just.
Bina, do you want to go?
I can do this. I can do it.
You can do this.
Yeah,
You got this.
Okay. How do you? Wait. How do you address a king?
Your Majesty or Your Grace.
Yes.
You know, he
got this.
He was introduced by the crier as Your Grace, as His Grace.
Your Grace. His Grace. Your Grace. Mike. His Grace. Your. Okay.
Before you go up, I'm going to cast Bless on the three of you, asking for promises. And I'm going to say, you guys have got this.
Oh, by the way, Hex,
the
the spell slots you expended to your smites, you can have them back.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That was my last spell slot, so that's really big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I also, as Bina passes me, I'm going to cast Heroism on her.
Okay.
What does that mean?
You're immune to being frightened, and there are other things.
You're immune to being frightened, and you gain temporary hit points. So you get 4 temporary hit points.
You guys are so nice. Okay.
Full
And then Hex
going up to the king.
You're really trying to hold it together. Okay, and I approach.
Okay, and you are allowed to stand before the king. They show you to the spot where everyone else has been standing, and the king is staring down at you from this pedestal about 3 feet in the air. The queen next to him has a very kind look, but it's almost hard to look at her when you are being stared at so intensely by the king.
My great, your grace, good evening.
What would you ask of your king?
Well, it's long story short, my grandmother was the nicest person to ever be in my life, and I loved her a lot, and she really loved me. But she passed recently, and I know it's really far out there to ask you for this, but is there any way on this continent that you can bring her back? Please?
Make a persuasion check.
What does bless do? Does bless give you advantage?
It's an extra d4?
Extra D4.
That's-
I've just read it though, and it's on attacks and saving throws.
That's
not on-
okay. If the king slaps me, I got it. A persuasion check? Persuasion.
There is something
Would
that
heroism give advantage?
there is something you can do, Immy, but that's up to you. It's part of one of your class abilities. The heroism is what is helping Bina steal herself and be able to talk. Inspiration.
Oh yeah, bardic inspiration.
Oh,
I know my
Right.
class.
is that advantage?
No, it's a d8. It's a d6 rather
Oh.
at this level.
1d6.
Okay.
But it is one use expended, Immy, so mark it down. Hex, what's up?
No, I'm just gonna whisper. Just,
Me
"You got this."
putting my thumbs up to my dad, could I use a help action?
Not on this.
Cool.
That's okay, because all of that added together is 21.
Yeah.
The king. This is something, Peter, you've only seen a handful of times. Probably the most recent when at the start of the last war when the evil queen killed your mother. But the king has he looks sad. His face contorts into a look of pure sadness. He stands from his throne and he takes 3 steps down. And are you kneeling, Bina, or are you stood up?
Probably on both knees, because she probably got confused.
Okay. So he kneels down to come to your height and puts a hand on your shoulder. Did you say your name? I'm sorry.
My name's Bina.
Bina. I'm truly sorry for your loss. I am afraid power over life and death is one ability one power that a king does not have.
Oh.
I truly wish there was something I could do to return your grandmother to you. Is there anything you can think of that would be within my abilities?
No, I don't think so. That's all I wanted. But thank you for letting me see you anyway. Your son is really nice. Actually, can I don't know if I should just ask him. Do I have your permission to be his friend?
Wish granted.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Wow, you guys are all so nice. I just really appreciate it.
I know Bina's fake crying, but I might start real crying.
I'm on the edge right now, man. Oh shit.
And the king, he stands up, straightens his back, and he turns around. So he has his back to everyone, and you just see his hand come up to his face. And then he ascends the stairs and sits back down, and reassumes his kind of steely demeanor.
Great. I'm going to run back to the line really fast and be like, I have a permission to be the princess friend. I'm gonna go tell him that I'm his new friend.
Oh, hold
It
on.
is very good for you.
I'm proud of you.
Okay, great. I'll see you later. Take
Wait,
off.
are you going for Avenant or Peter?
No,
I
Peter.
was gonna say, 'cause Peter's right here.
Oh,
We're standing like next to you.
hi. I got your. You know, we can discuss this friendship on our own, but I got your dad's permission, and I can be your friend.
Yeah, this conversation continues, and the next person goes up.
Next up is Theodore.
But Taiyari, don't you want to go?
I can go last of the three of us. Please step forward, friend.
Oh, okay. I'll be real quick.
And just kind of settles.
Thank you.
And I'm going to cast guidance on Theodore.
Okay.
Whee!
So that's a D4 on what? Is the
A
guidance?
D4 on
Ability
some
checks, if I remember
stuff.
correctly.
Cool. So that will actually work.
Yep.
Cheers.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, buddy.
So what's the duration?
No,
What
that
is
sounds
that
so
so
great.
mean?
What's the duration on Bless?
It's a
It's a minute.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyway, so Theodore, you are shown with some strange looks as they look to Taiyari to go next, and then Taiyari gestures to you, and they think, that is this your I don't want to be.
This young man will speak of his own accord.
He can speak.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, so if you just go and stand in the center and make a petition to the king, and yes. And then you see him sort of like catch the eye of the king. Just like... and just like the fox can speak, okay?
The king's up.
Anyway, so Theodore, yeah, you're shown in front of the king, and yep, looking down on you, even more intimidatingly monolithic from where you are, considering your stature.
Hello, Your Grace. Oh. Blech. I can hold this if it helps, but So,
Please,
hello.
Please.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh, hi.
Just
Hi there.
Amusement. The queen looks delighted.
Oh,
And the king looks a
Tiny
bit
fucking
confused.
fox. Adorable.
hi. My name is Theodore. Nice to meet you. So I heard you were taking requests. To also cut a long story short, I am a person. Like people person. But I'm currently, the theory is cursed. And I was wandering around, trapped in my fox mind for a bit, and then a witch found me, and she awakened me, and now I'm like, I see the world as it is, you know? So she was working on a way to turn me back into a people person, but she got real close, but then I came back one day from running around outside with the moths, and she was gone, and I was wondering, the Kalyak is her name, or Beria, she sometimes went by. I was wondering if you knew where she was so I could find her.
Just take a step back for a moment.
Okay?
You were a person. You
Yes.
were cursed and turned into a fox.
I think. Yes. No, I am a person. Yes.
And then a witch
Uh-huh.
was working on awoke you,
Uh-huh.
allowed you to speak, and then was working on a way to turn you back into a person.
Uh-huh.
And then that witch disappeared.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to make sure I heard the story straight. There were a lot of... That was a circuitous tale. And, so, make a persuasion check. Add the D4 as well.
Persuasion. Damn, am I not taking persuasion? Damn non-trickster characters.
To play an honest person.
It's yes, to play against type. Altogether is an 18.
Okay. Do you have any idea where this witch might be? Where was she last seen?
Well, she said something about forests, and there was a little bit of giant in there, maybe a witch. She was working on something, and she was real close, and I think she wanted to go and get like an ingredient, but she never usually leaves me alone for like a long period of time, because she's also the healer and people come to her, and like my friend Taiyari, that's Taiyari by the way, he came and he was like, I'm looking for a witch, and I was like, well, I'm here for now. This is getting off topic. Not really.
She was last seen.
In the
Where?
enchanted forest.
Enchanted for okay.
Thanks, Taiyari.
You're welcome.
Well, it is no problem for me to send my men to scour the enchanted forest. If we find any evidence helping us find where she might have gone, or if we find herself, of course you will be made aware. And if we find evidence that she is perhaps somewhere else, then depending on where that evidence leads, we may be able to send out envoys to locate her where she has moved. This will obviously depend. You mentioned giants. If she has gone to the giant kingdom, I fear she is out of the reach of any but brave heroes. I wouldn't feel particularly comfortable sending my men to their deaths, but I can at least make a start.
That would be really, really, that would be really, really helpful. But don't hurt her. She's my friend, and she saved me. So, like, even if she's in a weird spot,
We
I
wouldn't
have to
want
put my
to
foot
harm.
fall down.
We wouldn't want to harm the witch. We would, if the witch is somewhere dangerous, obviously we might not be able to recover her. For example, if she's in giant kingdom, giant country, then we might lose many men trying to find her to the giants.
That's okay. If she's in giant country, I'll just go get her. It'll be fine. I just need to know which direction she went.
Sure.
I had a follow-up request too, because I wasn't sure if this is what we were doing. Could I also have permission to be Peter's friend?
I have no control over who Peter befriends.
He is just.
Is that a yes?
You would have to ask. That's not a wish I can grant. That's dude.
Peter, are you okay if we're friends?
Please, can the next person come and someone
Yes.
comes to usher you away. And
We can be friends, Fox.
Yes.
Just gonna go over to Bina and just like, hold up.
I'm sorry, this session's running a bit long.
That's totally fine. We expected that. Session 1.
Cool. And yeah, it's now Taiyari's turn.
Turn back to my friends.
Oh, it is my turn.
I'm going to turn and step forward, putting the full weight of every step into the stone floor so you could really hear the crumf, crumf. And I go to one knee a little too quick so you can hear the boom as I go down to the ground.
Your Grace, I come to you from far away, the great Uza forest to the south. My tale is long and your time is short. I appeal not to you out of charisma or kind words, but out of the spirit of your character and your promise of a wish. Long ago, I loved a woman, Her name was Anant Lee, and she was the most beautiful object to ever cross this mortal peril. We loved each other, and through great grief she was turned into a river many centuries ago. I simply ask that if you are to have knowledge of anyone who may help me transform her back into my loved one, that you do so. If not, I ask that you doubly fulfill the request of my friend Theodore. But that is all I seek here today.
Make a... I don't want to make you make a charisma check. Make a persuasion check, use your... wisdom, I want to say?
Okay.
I'm going to say
Okay.
wisdom. Why not?
Don't fuck me, don't fuck me, don't fuck me. Hey, you didn't fuck me. Let's see here. Wisdom is +3, so that is a saucy 20.
And, yeah, so, the king... He looks to his wife, the queen, and takes her hand for a moment. Your story is a moving one. And I, as someone who has lost many loved ones, empathize. We will look into our stores, into our records of people with magical abilities, and we'll see if we can... From a distance, outside the castle, you can hear a low rumbling, as if a cannon has been fired off of one of the walls. And the chandelier tinkles a little bit, plunging the room into silence. And... boom! Louder this time. A few yelps can be heard throughout the party goers as the flames in their sconces flicker. Crash! A giant hole is blasted in the ceiling as blue flames pour through. From across the room, you can hear Avenant drawing his sword. Your eyes pan to see, and you see him staring straight up at the hole. Peter, your stomach sinks through the floor as you recognize the creature whose head descends through the hole. Only this time, its scales are black and wreathed in shadow. Dragon! One of the guests shouts. The screams of the guests are cut short as the dragon unleashes another gout of blue flame towards the guests. Taiyari and the queen and the king all duck behind the thrones as the Avenant throws aside the girl he had been dancing with out of harm's way. Unfortunately, in the blast, 10 of the guests are incinerated, dead before they had a chance to feel the flames.
No, 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 no.
Hand over your prince! You hear a voice call from the back of the dragon. A voice you recognize, Peter. The dragon descends fully into the room. It is eerily silent. Sorry. It's eerily silent as it touches down, as though it weren't quite solid. And stood on the back of this hulking shadow, the slender form of the evil queen, as young and beautiful as she ever was. Hand over your prince, and no more need come to harm. And that is where we're going to pick up next week.
Yep.
What?
Not next week, actually. The following week.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from
'Cause I got
now.
an announcement at the end of the stream.
Yep.
Yup. God.
Yeah,
damn.
this session went a little bit longer. Had a
Oh my
combat
God.
encounter
That's
planned,
good.
but
That's
that's
good.
a good place to end. Okay. So, that was. Thank you for watching the first episode of the
What?
Once Upon a Tale.
What?
I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And yeah, we're gonna go to our end of stream announcements. We'll go in Discord order. Aaron, what have you got to
Shit.
say?
I
First
will
of all,
give
who
the,
are you
the
and
charity
what have you
thing.
got to say?
Yeah, I'll give the charity announcement after everybody's gone. That way I don't have to make everybody wait a bunch of times. So hi, I'm Aaron, also known as Obsidian Olive, and I'm a player, Dungeon Master over here on This Show's Mimic. And the thing I want to shout out today, oh my god, what did I do with it? I guess I might have to leave Kenna to do it.
I swear. I swan to John.
Oh, I have it. I want to shout out our friend, Saf, who runs this thing called arcanewares.com. She makes all kinds of cool t-shirts, like this super comfy long sleeve that I was planning on wearing today, and then I remembered we were supposed to wear nice clothing because we're going to a ball. That says, like, I'm happy you're alive, because, you know, this definitely is going to be me in 3 sessions and not the reverse of this, which is what happens every other time.
Happy
So,
you're dead.
Yeah.
How
so,
dare you?
Yeah, that's me. That's who I'm shouting out, and I'm going to pass it over to Hex.
Who are you? Do you have anything to like shout out?
Yeah, Hex, nothing to shout out.
What about your stream?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, the Nat 20 show. Yeah, I do. Sundays. Sundays on Twitch, Nat 20 show. Tuesdays on Twitch we run in the 90s, which is like a little bit more sci-fi platform. Very cool.
Nice. Immy.
Hi, I'm Immy. You can find my socials at ImmyClaire on all social media that matters, and I'm in this.
Do you have a show coming up, maybe?
No.
Mood. All right. Kenna.
Oh, what's up? My name is Kenna. It is Miss Saoirse on all relevant social medias, and seriously, check out arcanewares.com. A little extra.
Is there an echo in here?
For you.
Is there an echo? What's going on here? What's going on?
Whole job. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today. I love you.
Val.
Hi, I'm Val. I am the Nerdy Niffler on the TikTok, the Twitter, and the Instagrams. I'm in an actual play D&D podcast called Tankers and Treasures, where I play a disaster elf called Xander. And I'm going to start game streaming next week, because if I say it here, I have to fucking do it, because there'll be a record on the internet of it. And now I have to do it. I am covered in terror.
We can help. We can join you.
You got it. You got it.
It's
Listen,
pretty cool.
I have zero doubts.
This is really cool. Oh god, what else was I gonna say? I just want to shout. Can we shout out things that we like too?
Sure.
Yeah.
Check out Starlight Tales, because it's a really fun. If you want other like D&D streams, check out Starlight Tales, because that's a really cool show and I've been enjoying it.
Yes.
I'm Burrty the Bard. I'm Burrty the Bard on the social medias, and I'm here. This is my thing. Cool.
Okay, so the thing that I'm really excited, we talk about it every week for the last couple weeks, but I want to reinforce it because I also saw some new names in the chat today, and I want to talk about it this upcoming Saturday. Not today, obviously, but in 1 week, this channel is going to be hosting the Rolling for Charity 24-hour live stream, which we hosted last year. This year, our goal is to make $5,000 to donate to Doctors Without Borders. I'm the games coordinator on the charity committee. Burrty joins me over there. It's really, really cool. We do a lot of fun stuff. We got some really awesome featured creators that are going to be on there. We're really excited. Like Arcane Anthems, we talk about who make our music. That's going to be one of our DMs. We've got Brooklyn Tuesday. We've got Amelia Som. We've got so many awesome people who are going to be appearing on the show. If you guys want to come and help like support charity, please come. We're going to be starting at 10 a.m. EST and going till 10 a.m. EST on the 14th. If you can't come, please share it with your friends, with your family, with everybody who you want to come support us. Because, you know, we enjoy coming and doing the stream. And last year we had like 100 people consistently watching across the whole stream, and we want to try and do that again.
Yeah,
because you know we made like $7,500 for charity last year, which was really
amazing.
cool.
And if you want to see me DM, I'm gonna be DMing Kids on Brooms at basically the same time as this show normally is. So
correct, yeah. So you might as well show up anyway because you are already gonna be here. But yeah, so we will be back to the next following week.
I hate it so much.
But yeah, this Saturday we're gonna be doing some stuff. I will say there's gonna be some dope giveaways happening. We've been talking to some sponsors and we have some codes to give away.
I wish I could.
Peeping.
Yeah, I think that we're saving it as a stretch goal to reveal what the grand prize is, but our grand prize is crazy. It's really, really cool. So, yeah, if you guys want to come by, hang out with us, even if you just want to swing by and say hello. If you want to tell your other favorite creators to come raid us, we've got a bunch of featured raids that are coming throughout the day with other streams. Like I know our friends who are live right now with the Welcome In, they're going to be raiding with their Conundrum Company stream. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. Make sure to check the Twitter, which is the number 4 C stream at Twitter, R for C stream, because we've got some dope stuff, like all of our different cast lists are up on there, our schedule is up on there. We've got a lot of really, really, really cool stuff happening, and we're so excited to get to take part in it for a 2nd year in a row, and hopefully again next year for the 3rd year.
Hopefully.
But yeah, that's the Rolling for Charity live stream. We hope you guys will show up.
Who do you want to raid?
Twee. I mean, I just talked about them. I want to go raid Twee. I love
Cool.
Twee.
Let's go.
They're babies. And also,
Let's
anyone
go.
who's gonna raid Twee, please tell Adam that he's cute. Anyone who
Yes.
goes.
Do it.
Okay.
God, I love telling the truth.
Bye, everyone.
Awesome.
Join us next time.
Bye. Have a great night.
See you later.
7, 6, 5,
Bye.
4,
Come on, it's too slow.
2, 1.
Let's go!